What's going on, everybody? Happy Sunday night. Happy Sunday night, everybody. Hope you are having an awesome weekend. It's hard to believe it's Sunday night already. I feel like this weekend came and gone like really, really quickly. So, but hope everybody's having an awesome weekend so far. This is it, man. Finally, we've talked about doing this show for, well, going on 2 weeks now, and I know we're kind of late to the game, but hey, better late than never. We are going to break down the official synopsis and the trailer for Halloween Ends. This is going to be the first time we've done this. We haven't really talked about it necessarily since our initial live stream. If you remember, the night the trailer dropped, because it leaked, because
the night he came home.
Yeah. The night that the trailer released officially, we were actually live with Mike and Jay from We Watched a Movie when that happened. So we finished that show, we parted our ways, and then we did it's like a 45-minute to an hour stream where we actually reacted to the trailer. But really, Miguel and I haven't even talked about it a whole lot since then either. You know what I mean? We really haven't. So it'll be good now that, you know, we've had some time to process it. I know everybody's watched it multiple times. So now that we've had a little bit of time to process it, think about it, rub it all over our bodies, deep into our loins and our crevices. I'm glad you didn't have your earphones on for that.
Nope, but I heard it.
So now that we have some time to sit down and break it down, we're going to do that. So Miguel, how you doing, my friend?
Doing good. I'm making healthy but also unhealthy choices. So for today I have a sparkling ice, which is a healthy choice. But then I'm also going to be eating a JJ Bakery's blueberry pie.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't like those sparkling ice things. I never have. I don't know why.
Hey, you know what? No one.
I just like I just prefer like drinking normal water. Like I would rather drink just plain up water than anything else. But
well, as someone whose doctor told them that they're like on that line of being obese when they were a child, yeah, your boy was addicted to carbonated like just drinks.
Fair.
So yeah,
that's fair.
I mean, I'll drink water. Sure, I'll drink water. Wait, I think my girlfriend left her spring water over there, so I might just tap into that later. But
sweet.
Can you imagine? Like, oh yeah, I just got some water in the fridge. I might tap into that later. Yeah, on a busy day.
Like I know what I got for this long weekend.
Water.
Well, it's funny. We were at the grocery store and my wife, you know, we were making. I don't even remember what it was. We were making a recipe.
Watch out! You're shaking that bottle a lot because I can see the foam.
It is. It's very foamy right now. We were in the grocery store and she was like, listen, I need you to go pick out a 6-pack because I'm making it just needs to be like normal, just straight up beer and need nothing crazy. I need it for a recipe. And I was like, I can do that. I was like, I'll be right back. I'm going to go get some beer. But what's going on, Jonathan Nichols? Glad to see you here. You are the first, my friend. So like I said, we are going to break down the Halloween Ends trailer and the synopsis. By the way, I wanted to bring this up just because, listen, I don't know if anybody's seen it on Twitter yet, but people are starting to get in the mood. Like Spirit Halloweens are starting to open everywhere. And it's getting to the point where
down, guys.
I know. Well, it's getting to the point where it's like, okay, it's time. Like everybody, I saw a meme and it was like, I had to stop in a Spirit Halloween just to increase my serotonin levels. Like, you know, so listen, I want to go. I already told Miguel, we're finally going to catch up this week. We're going to review Prey. And we are going to review Nope this week. We are going to see Nope. It's going to happen. And there's a Spirit Halloween like right down the street from the theater we're going to. And I was like, let's go. Like, we need to. Let's do it. I'm down.
Yeah, I'll actually be able to join you. And it won't be like a lonely like mid-afternoon trip for you.
I know. I do it all the time. Listen, it's like a mental break for me. Like I'll pick like a city like around like where we live. And I will literally go and just hit up every Party City, Spirit Halloween, Michael's, Hobby Lobby, like anywhere that sells Halloween stuff in October. That's that's a fall break thing for me. Like because teachers got to get their mental things too, their little mental breaks as well. Like I will literally go hit up every Halloween store in the city, and I just do that. And I get myself lunch. I usually go to Five Guys. It's a great time.
You know, some couples go, you know, to the pumpkin patch or, you know, they pick out their pumpkins and shit. No, this man just goes to Halloween City.
I do. So, and it's a good time, man. I enjoy it. JT, what's going on, man? He says the boys are back in town. He also got the glitter emoji there. Halloween Ends. What's up, man? He says, hi, my favorite people. Well, thank you, my
Hi.
friend.
Well, thank you.
Glad you're here. Super, super glad we're here. Last night we talked a little bit about we actually talked a lot about the whole DC fiasco and the stuff going on with that. We were originally
So if
going
you
to
want to check that out, feel free to.
Yeah, it was a fun
after the show. Just check it out.
It was a really fun conversation. There's a lot to say about that whole dumpster fire disaster. But it was a really good time. And while I'm on the topic of Halloween, we're kind of talking about everybody getting in the mood and wanting to drink their pumpkin spice and watch the leaves fall in their yard. We are doing our very first Oktoberfest this October. The teaser trailer for that is out on our channel right now. You can go find it. And there's a little bit of a tease of some of the content that you're going to see from like that last week of September through like the very first week of November, just like straight up Halloween and horror throughout the month of October. And it's going to be a really, really, really cool time. I'm excited. Like the more and more I look at the list of things that we want to do, the more and more I'm like, it's going to be a good time. Like it's going to be genuinely really, really good time. Lots of commentaries, lots of we're going to rank the entire Halloween franchise after Ends, which is going to be cool. We're going to hit up the producer's cut of Halloween 6. We're going to hit up Halloween 3 because those were films that we kind of we didn't skip them. We skipped them with the idea that we were going to come back at Halloween time and do those. So
yeah, so we had this entire fucking year planned out somewhat. But we never anticipated the hiatus that we have, but we had the year planned out to some degree.
Yeah. So it's been fun, man. But so let's get into this. Do you want to look at the synopsis of the trailer first? Which one you want to do?
Let's take care of the trailer first, honestly.
All right, let's check out the trailer. So, do you want to watch it one time since it's been a hot second since we watched it together? I mean, I've watched it probably 17 times by now, but we can. Do you want to watch it through one time?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
All right, let's do it. So,
yeah, we're not paying for Wi-Fi by the hour, thank God. So
no, we're not. We're not. So let's watch it through one time just to refresh our brains and our. Never mind. Here we go. Halloween Ends trailer in 3, 2, 1. For the 17th time. Here we go.
Brad really knows how to set the mood right here, doesn't he, guys?
I do. I know how to make a creepy scene. I do. I mean, what can I say? I study it. Zoinks! Come on. Peekaboo. Oof.
Come and get me, motherfucker. No!
Looks terrible. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, man. Oh no, it's starting. Don't start again. Not ready. Yeah, man. Let's start here. Have your thoughts on the trailer changed in the last couple of weeks? Now that you've had time to digest it a little bit.
To wet my beak, yeah, just a little bit.
You've wet your beak.
I don't know. I would say, yeah, definitely. I would say that the intensity of this trailer is definitely like, it's been consistent since the last couple of times I've like decided to watch it, because it really is setting the tone that like, hey guys, this is it. Like this is where it is all going to end for the Laurie storyline to some degree. And I love the fact again that, you know, we've talked about it before, how like trailers love to just give us everything. And this one has given us absolutely zero, except, you know, everyone that's going to be in the movie and so on and so forth. So other than the plot, I mean, everything but the plot they shown in this movie. Like it's still going to be in Haddonfield. It's still going to consist of all of these characters that we know have survived. And and also we got to see Michael Myers, what he'll look like. Because, you know, you guys remember like before like we were going through some hard shit when we thought we were gonna get Hoboken Michael Myers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we thought we were gonna get like the
At Hobo
Kane version
Myers.
of the Hobo Myers. Yeah, we thought we were gonna get that for like a hot literally it was like for like 72 hours we thought we were getting Hobo Michael. But fortunately, when the trailer dropped, we were like, yep, there we go. We're getting normal Michael, same charred on the left side Michael's face. So yeah. I want to check it out again because like there's a lot that we you honestly miss in this show. There's one that I mentioned that I was gonna mention that I noticed at the end of this trailer. Did you notice Laurie has a ring? She has a wedding ring on.
That's what. There's a lot of one of
a lot of nuances in this trailer that's like, oh well, this is interesting, right? Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. The thing that I like about it, and the thing that I've kind of kept coming back to in the last couple of weeks since we first saw it, I really like the ambiguity of it. And I mean, listen, I know hardcore Halloween fans they know about that character. Now, we don't know the specifics of that character. You all know what I'm talking about, the character that starts with a C.
Charlie Brown.
But yes, Charlie Brown, Charlie Norris, we all know those things. Charlie Bowles. No. But I like that it's ambiguous for the everyday moviegoer. You know what I mean? Nobody, unless you're a hardcore Halloween fan and you're like, and you've been ventilating, that's a hard word, over this trailer for the last 2 weeks. Like nobody's going to, when he pushes the door open, nobody's going to realize that he has all 5 fingers on his left hand. Like that's not something that normal people are going to get. So I appreciate that they went very ambiguous with it. But like you said, there's a lot of little nuances that we're about to slow it down and go, shot frame by frame, shot by shot. But there's a lot of little things that you could easily miss because the beginning of the trailer is very slow, but then it just hits you like a train and you get a lot very quickly. So let's check it out real quick. Let's go over to the chat. The Skygene Experience, what's going on, man? He says, what if this is Michael dreaming? Yeah, I've heard a few people
but then you would put in the perspective of Michael.
Well, but there's been a few people that have thrown out the theory because there's so much about reflections, like in Halloween 2018 when Laurie, when she's acting like the crazy old cat lady and she has a revolver and she's like pointing it like just swinging it around with kids in the street and she's like, go home or whatever else, and she looks up in the house and sees him standing there and she shoots and it's the mirror. Him looking out of Judith's window and Halloween Kills and kind of that little tidbit about him that we got. Like there's a lot of people that have had the theory that what if this entire trilogy is just Michael's dream? Like he's still in Smith's Grove locked up, but this is just him in his head doing whatever, So I don't know. I don't like that. I think, like you said, if you were going to do that, you would have to tell the story from Michael's perspective. And let's face it, that would probably be really boring because, I mean, like, what does he really, what does he think? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't like the whole point of the movie is for him to know that, like, he doesn't think. Like, that's his thing. That's his MO. Like, you don't know what he's thinking.
Yeah. And that's what makes him scary. You don't know what he's thinking. He could be thinking about butterflies and ponies, and while he's stabbing you to death. And I mean, you would never know.
It's just kind of scary.
I know, right? I bet his cell had like a bunch of like My Little Pony stuff taped up, and he like his favorite colors were like pink and yellow. Not that there's a problem with a dude liking pink and yellow at all. That's completely fine. But it's just funny to think of Michael Myers being like sitting in his jail cell,
No, I mean? it goes to show to the fact that it's like it makes it even feel worse. Like if Michael Myers is literally about to like take you down, it makes you feel even less of a human being when you realize that he's not even thinking about you.
Exactly,
he's not even thinking about the fact that he's gonna kill you. He's just thinking about like rainbows and ponies. Like that seems kind of scarier. It's like, bro, you don't even register on his mind right now.
You don't, and I don't know, that's kind of cool. Skygene also says, is this considered the official trailer or a teaser? If it's a teaser, then we should be getting a longer trailer soon, hopefully. I would say this is a teaser just because it really doesn't give you all that much. I mean, the synopsis, honestly, the synopsis gives you more information about the movie than the actual teaser trailer does. The teaser trailer is just to get you hyped and get the juices flowing. But I wouldn't say this is. I think it is the official trailer, but I mean, they've already said. Ryan Turek has said this. David Gordon Green has said this. Daniel Friedman has said this. Like the marketing for Halloween 18, Halloween Kills, and Halloween Ends are not going to be the same. I mean, they've already thrown that out there. So I think they, whether it's a conscious choice to not put as much in the trailer, I don't know. Or whether they're really just trying to keep this one more under wraps. Like we do know about that character that starts with a C that I will say his name in a little bit, which you all know what I'm talking about. I'm trying to play devil's advocate here and do the right Christian thing. No, I'm kidding. But I don't know if it was a conscious decision to be more ambiguous about it, but I think, I mean, look at Halloween Kills. We knew everything about Halloween Kills. We knew about Tivoli. We knew Karen was going to die at the end. We knew he survived. We knew a lot about it going in, and it for me at least, I've talked about this before. It kind of partially ruined the experience for me. I walked away feeling a little bit underwhelmed. And there were other reasons for that as well. I still enjoyed it. I honestly actually just watched it not that long ago with my wife, and we both significantly enjoyed it more than we did the last time we had seen it. And it had been 5 or 6 months since I watched it. But I really appreciate the fact that they're really trying to keep tight lips on ends a little bit more than they have. And 2018 was different too, because, we didn't have this show, but nobody knew what to really expect going into 2018. Nobody knew. You know what I mean? That was a complete gamble of, I mean, if you remember when they announced that, there was a picture of Jamie Lee Curtis, and she would just look like Jamie Lee Curtis. It didn't look, it wasn't the crusty old mask. It wasn't anything like that. But it was her and Michael standing behind her in the doorway, and it was just the original white mask. That's all it was. And it was like, is that going to be the mask? But of course it wasn't. But we didn't. So the point of that being, I do think this is a teaser trailer, but I wouldn't expect a whole 3-minute trailer that's going to give you the entire plot of the movie, like we got for Halloween Kills. I wouldn't expect that much, or to get that much out of it. I think they're going to really kind of skirt around this one a little bit more than they did before. So, do you agree?
I would agree with you.
Silence from Miguel.
No, I was just taking in everything you were saying. In regards to like Halloween Kills, they've really threw everything plus the kitchen sink in regards to the marketing for that movie. And I guess the reason why they did that was because of the scale of the situation that was going to take place in the movie.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like, well, you might as well just like throw everything in the kitchen sink in regards to marketing, just to make it seem out of order and out of place.
Right.
So that when you do see the movie, it kind of resembles how the marketing was, just everywhere all at once. So many informations coming left and right, which is exactly what they wanted for the mob mentality kind of thing. So I kind of agree with their marketing like tactics, even though, dare say a lot of you guys didn't really appreciate it because it gave you everything. Well, I mean, did it give you like some key points in the movie? Yes, but did you know everything that was going to happen with the trailer? Probably not. With the mob and with Tivoli and the entire Legacy group, did we all know what was going to happen? No, not really. So I'd say that the trailer gave you enough for you to have some inkling of what was going to happen in the movie, but then the movie was just as chaotic as the marketing was.
Yeah.
But for Halloween Ends, I'd say that they gave you just enough to the point where you kind of knew that there's still just as much chaos that's going on in this movie, even after 5 years. Like, And what's funny to me is that there's so much that was mentioned about what's going to happen in this movie that we didn't see yet in the teaser. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, I mean, there's still a lot that we don't know too.
Yeah.
And I think that's what, and you never make everybody happy. Literally, when the Halloween Kills trailer dropped, everybody was like, they showed the whole movie, yada, yada, yada. But then when the Ends trailer dropped, there was a whole other group of people that was like, that was it? They didn't show more than that? And it's like, okay, come on. Like, you got to pick one here. You can't have your cake and eat it too. So,
yeah.
So let's jump into the trailer here. Let me share my screen again so we can watch it. So let's go shot by shot here. First one here, looking at the street. My initial thought is I am shocked that Haddonfield still celebrates Halloween. I am completely shocked. Like, given what happened in, like, 78 was bad enough, but given what happened in 2018, I am shell-shocked that they still let kids go walk out on the street. And granted, it doesn't look like it did. It doesn't look quite like it did in 2018. Dude, 2018, that long tracking shot where he's going in and out of the houses and he kills the chick with the hammer and he looks at the baby and everybody has a heart attack or whatever. And like, then he walks out the door and kids are bumping into him and they're setting off fireworks and they're toilet papering people's houses and everybody's trick-or-treating and there's music and everything is lit up in orange and purple and green and they're having a good time and there's lights and like, it doesn't look quite like that, but let's face it, Halloween anywhere doesn't look like that. I mean, I don't know.
No, nobody.
Halloween doesn't look like that anymore, which is a shame because I feel like that era has come and gone. You know what I mean? I mean, and to be fair, I don't know that I would want my kids out late at night by themselves doing. You know what I mean? Like it's different times now. But all of that to say,
yeah, the era of letting your kids go out late at night when the sun's down and going to strangers' house and picking candy is kind of gone. Yeah,
especially when everybody's dressed up and everybody's pulling pranks and doing all those things. Is this a prank? Like Brackett, the original. So I don't know, but it does look a little bit different. It looks like a different situation than what happened in 2018 and kind of what things looked like there. And from that point, we cut to the house. Now, we get this long tracking shot here. I'm going to turn the audio off so we can still let's play this. So we get this tracking shot from the front lawn, very Halloween 78-ish. Got the pumpkin string lights, the spiders, the cobweb, stuff like that. And we go all the way up to the door. I really, really like that shot. I think that's one of my it's one of my favorite shots really of the entire trailer is this track. And hopefully we get another tracking shot like that because that was in the top 5 best moments of 2018 when you're following Michael from behind and he's like he'll pass a room and he just kind of turns his head and looks both ways and then he goes again. And like, I mean, even when he walks in the kitchen to kill the chick, like the older lady who's making the sandwich, kind of similar to how Mrs. Elrod was in the original. You want mayonnaise or mustard? And he's sitting there watching Night of the Living Dead. But like that tracking shot was one of the best parts of 2018. So hopefully we get another one like that. And I have another thought on this, but I'm going to save it for just a second because we're going to come up to that character in just a minute. So Rosalia's in here. What's going on? She says, yes, times have changed. Times have changed with the Halloween trick-or-treating thing. It's a shame. Well, listen, they even have curfews now. Like you can't there's literally trick-or-treating is from 6 to 7 and it's like, bro, that's an hour. You know what I mean? Like they have curfews of when you're allowed to trick-or-treat now. You can't just go out and do it. I'm sure there are places in the US where you could, like small town USA, but I mean, at least where we're at, people largely don't do that anymore. Philly Loomis, what's going on, man? He says the house looks like the Carruthers house from H4, H5. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people say that. Particularly
who are the Carruthers?
The Rachel.
Oh,
Jamie's older sister. Think in Halloween 5 when she's in the shower and Michael's following her, and the that's when you get the ba-dunk, ga-dunk, ga-dunk, ga-dunk.
Oh, them.
The stupid cops, and they have the woo.
Yeah,
woo,
yeah.
Woo.
It does. I agree with you on that. It does.
It does. It really has that look. Was that purposeful? Probably not. I would guess no, but I mean, who knows? It could have been just a nice little nod. Big question is this Laurie's house or is Laurie living with Allison? Because I mean, Allison, it's 4 years later. Allison's a legal adult now. I mean, she would be on her own. You know, I mean, they would obviously stick together. Because
that broad's in Mexico now, dog.
She finally took her advice and went to Mexico. But Laurie is quite literally the only family that she has left, which is really sad. But I mean, she's all she's got. So Skyjean says H5 for sure. The red color gives away. Yeah, it looks very H5 to me. Rosalia brings up a good point. She says it looks decently spooky. Yeah, let me go a little forward here to the porch. Now, this is the porch. Here's my thing. So listen, and Miguel, tell me what you think of this. If this is Laurie's house, even if it's not Laurie's house and it's Allison's house, again, I'm kind of shocked that it's all decorated for Halloween. Like literally your entire life has been defined by these like awful crimes that you've survived twice, 2 times,
during the 48 hours of Halloween. Yeah,
exactly. Like, I don't know. I mean, it's weird to me that you survive these. It's the same thing as in Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, where she's got the serial killer posters up in her room and stuff. And it's like, bro, she's literally a survivor of a serial killer. Like, she's not automatically going to be Charles Manson's number one. I'm your number one fan. Like, she's not going to be like that. You know what I mean? That doesn't make any sense. And I feel like it's the same thing. Like, Laurie has survived these horrible Halloween themed crimes twice now. So it's like, really?
Halloween themed crimes.
She wants to decorate
their crimes,
now?
dude.
Like, that just seems very odd to me. I don't know. That's kind of an odd thought. But I have another thought, and I'm going to come back to that. You got any last thoughts on this this little tracking shot thing, Miguel?
I'm surprised Laurie doesn't have the fucking house bugged, though. You know, with big got, like, lights.
It's like her house in 2018 where she's got the spotlights and like the chains and everything. It's all boarded up and the cameras are on everything. Yeah. I don't know. It's interesting. That
gets me thinking that Laurie really is just trying to forget everything that happened.
I would think so too. Not forget, but I think she's trying to move on.
She's trying to move on, and I think someone or something is gonna pull her back into the thick of it.
Into the thick of it. Yeah, I agree. Let's go on here. We're walking. We go up the step and down the step and up the step and down the step and up the step and down the step. This is a cool shot too. This is another one, very Halloween 78-ish when we're
so like, it looks like someone
moving up the stairs.
It looks like someone's living with her, as you can see, because that other room looks furnished. So obviously someone's living with her.
Her and Allison probably live together.
Yeah,
I that would be my guess. I would assume, unless that was a terrible burp. I hope you all heard that. That was right in the mic. Unless. Somebody said who said that about Laurie wearing the ring?
Me.
You. I thought somebody in the chat said it. You said that. Laurie is wearing a ring, so maybe her and Frank got married and they live in the house, and maybe Allison
Frank
lives
Hawkins,
with them, or maybe
Who is that? Is that his first name?
Yeah, Frank. Frank.
Oh,
Hawkins.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Frank Hawkins. You didn't know that from the million times that in Halloween Kills, Laurie leans over the bed and she's like, Frank.
No.
Frank.
I just ran by Hawkins.
So yeah, let's continue. Now, she's obviously prepared. Like, you see her like hurry, like reach away from the chair. She's got like, her desk, she's got some things taped up, and we know, even though we're not at the synopsis yet, we know that Laurie is writing a memoir. So she's writing about her life and her experiences and things like that. So maybe this is her office. Looks like she's got a newspaper clipping. I had this thought earlier. Tell me what you guys think. You know how at the beginning of H2O, when the first time we get Marion Chambers back, and we're going through Marion's house, and somebody's broken in, and Joseph Gordon-Levitt, little baby tiny Joseph Gordon-Levitt, goes in the house when he's like, he goes to steal the beers, and he's like, I've been suspended 3 times already this year. You don't want to mess with me, okay? And he's being like whatever, with the hockey stick. But he goes and he sees her office trashed, and we get that little bit of backstory where Marion took care of Loomis as he was sick and dying and whatever, and like he lived with her, and in Loomis's office he's got like mugshots and he's got newspaper clippings and like all of that stuff about Michael. What if Laurie it's not going to be quite that intense, but I think it'd be kind of cool if Laurie had that little bit of like H2O-ish, like how Loomis's office was all taped up on the walls and papers everywhere and files and all this stuff. Like,
not dead, happily retired.
Very much retired. Listen, if she's gonna really take after Loomis, though, she's got to pull like because listen, the first time we see Loomis in H6 when he's sitting there at his typewriter and like the camera turns, my guy has like 48 different whiskeys like on like tiers on his wall. Like he's got an entire bar in his house, like just right in his office. So she's got to take a page out of, if she's really going to take a page out of Loomis's book, then she's got to have that full whiskey bar in her office.
She definitely does. But yeah, what I would say is I can almost guarantee that, like, I agree with you that yes, she's writing her memoir. If this is in her like office, it'd be interesting to see like everything that she's like noted about like what's happened in her, in her life. But also, I want to see like her go through like Loomis's files, because I feel like that wasn't something that she like even bothered to do in the fucking 70 years that she's gone through this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or not 70 years, but like over the like the fucking generations that we've dealt with Laurie and Michael. Like I've never once like seen Laurie try to like investigate like, hey, what does Loomis know? Like I feel like he probably had some decent notes to help her understand like how to navigate this current situation.
That's something that I've kind of wish we would have gotten a little bit more of. Like we got Sartain gave us a little bit of it, but because Sartain was really our only tie to Loomis other than Marion. You know, Marion does talk about him a little bit, you know, like in Halloween Kills, she says Dr. Loomis said he was pure evil, whatever. And this is for Dr. Loomis.
That was
but you know, I hope maybe in this film we get a little bit more about Loomis and we get a little bit more about what happened after. I would love to, like, did Loomis stay Michael's doctor? Did he, you know what I mean? Because I don't see Loomis like after they arrested Michael at the end of Halloween in 1978. I find it hard to believe that Loomis would just be like, okay, I'm out. I'm going to go be somebody else's doctor. Bye. Like, and just leave him alone now that he's captured. Like, I feel like Loomis would be like, no, this is like my life. Like, this is my purpose to like keep him behind bars. Like, this
because the whole governor situation didn't even happen, but it didn't happen until Halloween 2, and that's not even canon anymore.
Exactly.
So him getting called by the governor, then I highly doubt he lost his license. So he's still must have been a doctor since his situation happened in the first Halloween.
Yeah, dude, I always love this. This is off topic, but I always love that scene in Halloween 2 because Marion's like, you have orders from the governor, and he puts his hands in his pockets and he seems proud of it, like he's getting recognition and he's like, oh, the governor, and he just kind of looks at the ground and like it's one of the few times we get like a Loomis laugh, like he smiles, you know, like, oh, the governor, you know. I'm getting recognized by the governor, you know. But yeah, I would like a little bit more on Loomis. Maybe that's part of Laurie's memoir. She talks about Loomis. She does a little bit of research on Loomis and what happened after the events of Halloween 78. I think that could be really interesting. And you don't have to go Rob Zombie's Halloween 1 with it and literally have them like sitting there in sessions where like Michael's just sitting at the table and Loomis is like trying to talk to him. Like, we don't need to go there, but just a little bit of something about what happened with Loomis after 78 would be kind of cool.
Yeah. And bring that guy back.
Yeah.
That played Loomis. Bring him back. Sure. Why not?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if we need a flashback even, but I mean, would you like another, like a Loomis flashback?
I wouldn't mind it.
They got to give him better lines though, because I hate when that guy did awesome, but the dialogue, which again was a common theme in an issue in Halloween Kills, but like when he's like, Officer Hawkins, did Michael kill again? Did he kill again? It's like he wouldn't say that. Like, I don't think that's something that Loomis would say. Like, I feel like Loomis would just know. He's like, well, of course he killed somebody again. Like, duh. You know what I mean? He's on number 4. Like, come on.
It's called exposition, dude.
I know. It just, I don't know. And I know that was also supposed to like put the weight on Hawkins, like, you know, whatever. But Anyways, listen, J-Dead's in the house. What's going on, buddy? Glad to have you here. Philly Loomis, I find it crazy that she still resides in Haddonfield. I would have left. Bro, I'd have been like sitting on a beach in Bora Bora. I'd be gone.
Yeah.
Like, I'd be like, Allison, that $3,000 I gave you, let's go. Like, we're leaving right now. Like, we are getting on a plane and leaving. Like, as soon as they get their life back together, we are out. So I'm kind of shocked they're still living in Haddonfield. And like we said earlier, decorating. Like they're decorating for fall and for Halloween. Like that's weird.
Mm-hmm.
That's odd to me. I don't know. Especially Allison. Like Laurie, I could almost like get it if she's trying to move on, but literally Allison lost her mom and her dad and like everybody else she was closest to on Halloween. Like it's a lot.
Yeah, I don't really.
It's strange to me.
Now that you think about it, I really don't get why she didn't laugh. Honestly. Yeah,
I really don't know why.
Because it's not like Michael can like hop on a plane and just like fucking walk to Bora Bora or something like that. He's not like that snail in that $1 million, but like scenarios. But like, yeah, like it's not like he's gonna follow you all the way to fucking Bora Bora. Like, yeah,
bro, could you imagine? Laurie's just sitting on the beach. She's in like a bikini and sunglasses. She's laid back on a beach and she's drinking like a Mai Tai or a pina colada or something. And it's like Godzilla when he just like walks up onto the beach like out of the ocean. You just see the mask come up out of the water and he just like starts walking up onto the beach. That'd be weird.
I was thinking like a Shawshank Redemption whenever he's like walking up to Morgan Freeman and he's just like sitting there with some glasses on, yeah. And while he's fixing his boat,
she's painting a boat. She's sitting there painting a boat, and she turns her corner, and Michael's just like walking up to her. He's got the mask thrown over his shoulder. That'd be kind of funny.
Mm-hmm.
Jaded says, I think there'll be a lot of Loomis references from the Corey character. Yeah,
C character.
There's the name. We're just gonna go ahead and throw it out there. The Corey character, the C character. I could see that because if the rumors are true,
Corey Loomis.
Slight spoiler alert. Corey
Loomis.
Put it out there. Partially in 3, 2, 1. If
Corey Loomis.
No, that's no way. Nope. Actually, that's not his name.
No,
I think I forget what his name is, but it's not that. But if
Corey
the
Gregory
rumors,
Loomis.
Cedric Diggory. No, but if the rumors are true and Corey is obsessed with Michael and his story and what he did, maybe he did study. Maybe he's the Loomis link. And he's how we get that Loomis exposition that we were talking about. Like he's seen, I don't know how he would have gotten his files, because you would think those would be like state property. You know what I mean? You can't just go look at somebody's like medical.
Sure
is it though? I don't think medical files are public records.
I feel like if you're a known serial killer and psychopath, you know how you can read, like, you know how they're literally putting out Ted Bundy's audio files? Yeah.
I don't know. That's true.
Yeah. So, anyways, Corey Loomis.
That's fair. Oh, you're right. Philly says it's Corey. It is. It's Corey Cunningham, which is like a Christine reference to the character or not Scream. Christine. It's a Christine reference as well.
Corey Cunningham Loomis.
Yeah. Rosalia says, would it be possible to make a series based on Laurie's memoirs?
Corey Loomis.
I don't know. I'm not sure how you would do it. I don't think that JLC would come back for that. But I mean, essentially, I feel like the story of the memoir would be the events of Halloween 78 and what happened. What you would have to do is it'd be really hard to do this, and I doubt that it would ever happen. Because really, we know what happened in 78. We know what happened in 2018. So really, you're just filling in that 40-year gap, and we kind of got a little bit about that. Like, we got the sense that we got
our memoirs from her entire like fucking speaking to other people in 2018.
And really, the scene when she shows up at the restaurant when they're with Cameron, and like it's like, you can tell it's like the first time Cameron's having dinner with Allison's parents, and Laurie shows up and she's all drunk and she's grabbing everybody's wine and like throwing it down and stuff, and she's like, I'm the grandmother, and she starts like crying because she's drunk, and she's like, the shape, I saw him, whatever else, which is very awkward situation. That's a terrible way to meet your girlfriend's parents. But we got a little bit of that then about, child protective services came in and took Karen away because Laurie was like teaching her survival and how to fight. Like she taught her how to fist fight, and she was
teaching her how to be a true American.
She was teaching her how to shoot guns, fist fight, use knives, like she's doing knife training and all this stuff out in the woods.
We're not getting that demographic later.
Come on, were we ever going to get that demographic? But yeah, so I don't know. Like we got a little bit of that. It'd be interesting to get a little bit more about that from Laurie. I don't necessarily think we need a series on it. I just think even hearing because listen, I would imagine that Laurie is going to have some very, very intense things that she's going to have to try to work her way through. I mean, again, you've even mentioned this before, Miguel. Like, her entire life has been a lie to an extent. She's thought Michael was coming back for her, and Frank decided to knee her in the gut and be like, "Bro, it wasn't about you." Like, if Sartain wouldn't have,
you ain't shit.
Right. Like, if Sartain wouldn't have brought it, really, that's kind of a very big plot point. If Sartain wouldn't have brought him to her house, there's a chance that the two of them would have not, literally wouldn't even have crossed paths. They wouldn't have crossed paths.
No, they wouldn't have.
Laura, I mean, I get the idea, based on what we saw of where her house was, especially from the investigative journalists and that road that they were on. Like, I imagine she lived a little bit, I mean, not 40 minutes away, but she lived a little bit outside of the city limits. You know what I mean? So I don't think, it's not like he lived, on Lambkin Lane where his house was or anything. So I don't know. I think it'd be interesting to get a little bit about that from her perspective, because I think she will be, she's going to be working through a lot, and there's going to be a lot that she's kind of going to have to come to terms with. I mean, she's never got
a lot of soul searching.
Yeah. I mean, she did say, in 2018 during Karen's gotcha moment, when her and Karen are in the basement and she was when she kisses her forehead and she's like, "I'm so sorry. I was always just trying to protect you." But she never got to fully make up with Karen before she died. And Michael took that away from her. So it's the anger of Michael ruining her entire life, but it's also the idea that none of it ever had to be that way. If she would have just moved on after the events of 78 and took her family to a different state and did something else, she could have had a normal life. It all could have been avoided. Yeah. So I think she's going to have a lot of guilt that she's going to have to work through. And like you said earlier, Miguel, maybe that's part of her reasoning for wanting to move on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
mainly because she doesn't understand why she's even fucking there, which makes me think, which I agree with all of you guys in the chat. Why the fuck is she even there then at this point? You're just there to protect Haddonfield. Okay, Haddonfield ain't that important. It ain't.
It's a small town. Come on.
Go find somewhere else, man. You'll be all right.
J-Dad says, Laurie should have moved to Death Valley. Imagine Michael in coveralls and a mask walking across the desert in 115-degree heat.
I feel like he'd die on that.
He probably would. He would just collapse and it'd be done. J-Dad says, a TV series of Loomis Chronicles or memoirs would be awesome. Loomis studying and treating other serial killer and psychotype patients in order to understand Michael more. It could be cool. It could. I would almost...
What?
I would almost make that canon to the rest of the franchise, though. Because there'd be more to do with it. With... The Cult of Thorn, and not that I want the Cult of Thorn back, but there'd be a little more to do with it. But it's an interesting thought. I've seen quite a few people bring that idea up. So let's continue. Let's keep watching. Now, here's what I was going to say earlier. If we look at his hand, and it's kind of hard to see. Let me see if there's a better angle, or if this is really it. Let me go back a minute. Hang on. And boom. Let me go back. Hang on. We're going to get it. And boom. He's got all four. I mean, we really can't see his thumb, but he's got all four fingers on his left hand. And if you remember, those 2 fingers were blown off. He's only got these 3 left, or he should only have these 3 left, which again brings up this whole idea of, again, spoiler alert, again, this is kind of, it's out there now. It's out there. So that's why we're talking about it. This idea that Corey could be a copycat killer if he's obsessed with him. In the same way, everybody was kind of like the Christine reference, like because David Gordon Green had, when he brought the end script to John Carpenter, he said, is it a little too Christine? And everybody was like, what the hell? Like, what are they talking about? Is it too Christine? What does that mean? But if he has an obsession with Michael and he's, there's a shot later in the trailer where he's in the sewer. And maybe I have a couple of thoughts on this. What if Corey steals he has a run-in with Michael and Corey steals the mask from him, somehow gets the mask away from Michael. And he goes after Laurie, and maybe this is Corey in the trailer with, like when he pushes his hand, maybe this is Corey that we're looking at in the mask and not Michael. I don't know. It's an interesting thought.
It's a post-production mistake.
I don't think so. I don't think they would make that much of a mistake.
It's a continuity error.
That's a pretty big continuity error.
I would say it's a big continuity error.
That is a huge continuity error then.
Other than that, because I don't like that theory. That theory was fucking stupid. What are we watching? Scream 2021?
I don't really like it either, but I mean, it's plausible. It could happen.
The idea of a copycat killer, I would agree with you if that's what they said is the most controversial thing of the fucking movie. If it's just a copycat killer, why make a Halloween Ends and include a copycat killer?
Listen, Here's my one and only thought. I'm going to take this away for a second. Here's my one and only thought on the Corey character. I am completely fine with him being a copycat killer for part of the movie. I'm completely fine with, I'm completely fine with him stealing Michael's mask and wearing it for part of the movie. If Michael somehow gets the mask back and mops the floors of Laurie's house with his body. Like, if Corey steals Michael's mask from him and wears it, I hope that Michael annihilates him. Like, literally, like, reduces him to atoms. Like, I want Michael to destroy him if he does that. That's the only way I'm going to be okay with this character.
Nope.
So what are your thoughts on the Corey character and this whole idea that he's gotten,
if that was the case, you've seen how hard Michael fucked up Karen, and she had the mask she took the mask for like fucking 3 or 4 minutes.
And Sartain, bro, he stepped on his head. Like, he stepped on his face.
That's what I mean. And Michael was knocked out at that time. So if he was up, Sartain would have been fucking past tense, like literally like 5 minutes ago. But
past
but all I'm saying though is the fact that, like, if you're trying to say Corey's gonna be like the copycat and steals Michael's mask, bro, that fucking storyline would have been done in like literally 10 minutes or so, because Michael is not gonna stop if you take his mask. We've seen that with when Karen took his mask. Like, Michael's not gonna stop until he finally gets his mask. So like, it wouldn't be plausible for Corey to take the mask and go out and do some fucking killing or try to kill Laurie, because Michael would literally be hot on his fucking ass, like booking it, like running through them fucking Dickies boots and like trying to kill him. Like, yeah, it seems highly implausible for that to occur. So that's why I agree with
I can see that.
I think it was Jay that said that he was just going to be a Loomis fanboy, or Corey Cunningham Loomis.
I hate you. You're never going to let that go, are you?
Nope.
You're never going to let that go.
That seems more plausible than fucking him being a copycat killer.
Another thing that we can't see, we'll come back to that shot in a minute. We can't see the coveralls very well. And the reason I mention the coveralls is because I saw this. Oh, sorry, I forgot to pull this back up. Where's the comment? Where's the comment? Philly Loomis says, "What do people think about the theory that Corey killed Karen at the end of Kills?" I don't think so, and here's why. If you go back and watch that, it is very clearly the burnt coveralls, the burnt mask. If that was Corey, because there's no way that he would know what the mask looked like. I mean, it had only been a couple hours since Michael escaped the fire and Laurie was brought to the hospital. And I mean, it literally had only been a couple of hours since the events of 2018. So like, Corey, listen, because the Myers house is here, right? Myers house is here. The payback scene with the mob was over here. Corey would have had to somehow get the mask from Michael, get the coveralls from Michael, book it all the way to his house, kill Karen, and then escape. And Michael would have had to escape. Like the logistics of that don't make sense to me. So
I said because Michael, we saw Michael like literally rocking everybody's shit in that. So he got up.
Yeah.
It's not like he was knocked out, and then Corey took the whole wardrobe and put it back on him. No, that's entirely impossible.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't agree with that theory. I'm not convinced with that one. But yeah, I wish we could see the burnt. He's cloaked in darkness, so I wish we could see a little bit more of the burning on the coveralls, but of course we can't. So, and then we get Laurie. Let's talk about Laurie for a minute. So, she's got a pumpkin in her office. Like, bro, really? Like, why does she have a pumpkin in her office? For real?
She's trying to move on, dog.
Again, trying to move on.
Bro, look at them pills that she's got, though. Jesus Christ. Those are some industrial strength right there.
I never even noticed that. Is she still going to be popping pills and drinking, like, the little bottles of vodka and stuff?
Fucking hope so.
Is there a better way to be a badass than to drink the little vodka? You know what I mean? I mean,
Edgar Allan Poe was a fucking drinker, and look at him.
Fair.
Create some great fucking stories.
If she's trying to move on, though, why would she keep popping pills and stuff?
Bro, PTSD sticks with you whether you move on or not. Jesus Christ, dude.
That's fair. Also, let's talk about her clothes. She looks very, even like if we go back.
I'd say what she's wearing is a very like summer color, and for it to be worn in Halloween seems a little bit off season.
That's not where my head goes. My head goes, whoa, she looks very, very similar to how she looked in 1978.
Mm-hmm.
She really does. And there was actually a theory, and let me guys know, Miguel, I'm going to get your thoughts on this too, but guys, let me know what you think of this in the comments as well. There's a theory that what if Laurie is trying to make him remember? Once everything hits the fan again, and and like she's like,
so
like she tries to do her hair like she had it in 78. She's trying to wear clothes that resemble what she wore in 78. So you don't like the idea if she's like trying to make him remember who she is?
It just sounds so like it sounds I don't know how to explain it. It sounds so pitiful, dude.
Jada says she's dressed like Jay Leno. She is. She really is dressed like Jay Leno.
That's funny. But yeah, it just sounds so pitiful. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like you broke up. It's like your girlfriend broke up with you, and you're trying to take her to like the one place where you guys truly fell in love. It's like, you have to remember, sweetie. Remember what we were. Like, no, dude, that's some bullshit, man.
It's been 44 years, but I hope you remember me, deranged psychopath murderer.
Yeah, like, bro, no, that was literally the costume designer is like, hey, this is the end of the road for the Laurie storyline, so why not just make her look like how she was in the beginning, and in honor of the legacy. No, for her to do that, if I hear Laurie say that, I'm walking out of the theater like, I'm gonna dress the way I dressed back in 1970, 78, and just so he'll remember. No, I'm walking out. I'm sorry, dog. You can take my popcorn and my Diet Coke.
You won't walk out.
I will walk out. No, you won't. Walk the fuck out.
The Corey character, this copycat idea won't make you walk out, but Laurie wearing the same clothes as she did in 78.
That will make me walk out too. What the fuck you mean?
Listen, you stood by Anthony Michael Hall running through a hospital screaming "Evil dies tonight," but you're not going to walk out. You won't walk out for that, but you'll walk out for this.
Yeah, because I knew what I was getting myself into at that movie. They're over here talking about trauma in this movie. That's going to be the whole main antithesis of this movie. But like, nope, that's just pitiful, Laurie.
You know that's what I was gonna say. Does everybody know what the title of Laurie's memoir is gonna be? Here's the title. The title is gonna be Trauma.
Trauma.
It's gonna be called Trauma, the Laurie Strode story or something like that. J-Dead says, I heard she's wearing the original 78 granny panties.
Good God.
That's awesome. David Irwin says, it's like it sounds like something a jealous ex that can't move on would do.
Exactly. That's what I was saying.
She kind of is. It's
really
like she can't move on past this idea of wanting him to know who she is. It's strange. It's a little odd.
Michael's the victim.
Halloween Inn says the callbacks is what I liked about this, but the movie will make me happy or cry. I could see that. Listen, it could make me. I could see myself getting a little emotional depending on how this ends.
I'm gonna need a pee at the end of the movie. That's all.
Yeah. The runtime for this one, I forget exactly what it is, but I think this one's almost like 2 hours long. It's like it's like running on an hour or 2 hours long. So it's going to be a longer film too, which makes sense. It's the conclusion. It's story based, all that stuff that we already know. It makes sense. So yeah, David says in years to come, this trilogy will be known as the Trauma Trilogy. I like it.
I 100% believe that.
You'll have
like
the
50 years down the line, Brad's gonna send me a text and be like, "Bro, there's a steel box collection of the Trauma Trilogy."
The Trauma. You're gonna have the Thorn Trilogy. You're gonna have like Halloween 1 and 2. You're gonna have Rob Zombie's films. You're gonna have Halloween 3, and you're gonna have the Trauma Trilogy. That's what it's gonna be. It's gonna happen.
Yep. No, I think they'd call this collection the Legacy Trilogy.
Probably, I could see that too. Yeah. I think that too, because a lot of people have referred to these as the Legacy sequels. You know, bringing everybody back from the original and things like that. You know, Jaded says, if Hawkins dies being a hero, I'm gonna cry like a baby. Yeah, dude, Hawkins has been the heart of this thing, and similarly to how Sheriff Brackett was in Rob Zombie's films. Because listen, I'm going to be straight up with you. Brackett in Rob Zombie's movies, like Rob Zombie's movies may have been a mess in a lot of ways,
but Brackett was actually pretty decent.
Brackett, like when Annie dies and he like drops to his knees and they're like the other officers are like holding him up, like it's kind of emotional. Like it kind of like gets you, you're like, dang, like he's just a guy who's like trying to do his best. You know what I mean? Like that's all he is. Like he's not some D-bag. Like Loomis even became a prick in that movie. And like Brackett is literally just trying to like be a good dude and help Laurie and help his daughter. And like he got them both out of the city. And like, so yeah, I could see that. I could see that being a thing and Hawkins being a hero. Last thing about this shot before we move on, Laurie does appear to be wearing a ring, but tell me if I'm wrong. But I believe that's her right hand holding the gun, and you don't wear a wedding ring on your right hand. You wear it on your left hand. So I don't know. Maybe we'll get a better shot because I mean it wouldn't surprise me if they were married. But I'm
Michael and Laurie?
No, yeah. Dude, how pissed would everybody be if the movie ended with Michael and Laurie like it was like a Godzilla versus Kong thing where it's just like mutual respect and they both just walk away. They just both leave. They just like turn their backs and leave. They have some awful...
I thought you said it was gonna be like they get married at the end. I was like, what the fuck is this? A rom-com? The hell?
No, it'll be like Godzilla versus Kong where like Michael submits, like they have this whole awful battle and they beat the hell out of each other and Michael just he just drops the knife and turns around and walks away. Like he submits to Laurie.
And so like Laurie's about to be defeated by the fucking copycat Corey Cunningham, and all of a sudden the real Michael comes up and they like do like a little like a fist bump and they say, okay, let's take down Corey. And then at the end, like while Corey's dead, Michael looks at Loomis and Loomis looks at Mike and Laurie looks at Michael and they're like, it's over. And they walk both separate ways.
Dude, I don't know. I'm becoming a little bit more okay with the copycat thing. Like, could you imagine?
No.
Like, just no. Listen, just picture this for a second. I know you're going to keep saying no. No, and Corey Loomis. That's the two.
Well,
we're
gonna go back to. We're gonna go watch. We're gonna watch the movie though. Nope.
I hate you. But no, if Laurie and Corey dressed as Michael are having this battle and they're throwing each other through the kitchen and they're being whatever.
Laurie dressed as Michael?
No, bro. Like Corey is fighting Laurie and they're battling in the kitchen, and like over in the distance, like between the two of them, like over in the doorway, you just see the silhouette of Michael standing there without the mask on. And like, could you imagine like both of them stop fighting and look over at him and he just like cocks his head, like, and you all you see is like his silhouette, like you just see him as the shape, and he just cocks his head and like starts moving towards Corey and he destroys Corey. And then finally, like as soon as he kills Corey, he looks over at Laurie, and him and Laurie just go at it. Like that could be kind of sick. I'm not gonna lie.
That would be cool.
I'd
much rather have the Buster Rhyme moment where like Corey is like yelling at Michael, telling him that he has to get back upstairs and scare the little children. Yeah, like that kind of thing.
Trick or treat,
trick or treat, motherfucker.
Oh yeah, man, that'd be cool. Yeah, I don't know. You know,
Bro,
Jay
talked about like 30 seconds of the trailer.
I know, right?
Talking about a lot. Yeah.
Well, we're halfway through. It's okay. Jay I'm going to go back to your comment for a second about if Hawkins dies being a hero, I'm going to cry like a baby. Honestly, I might get a little emotional even if Laurie dies, like saving Allison. Like, I could see Laurie sacrificing herself, like, you know, to save everybody. And I still think that they're laying the tracks for both of them to die, even though the synopsis does say only one of them will survive. I think.
No, it's this is how it goes. It's how it goes. Literally, Allison dies trying to protect Laurie, and then Laurie dies killing Michael, and they both die. But Corey has such a great relationship with Laurie and Allison so much that at the end of the movie, he moves into the Laurie Strode house, and they ask him, "So are you the new neighbor?" And like, "No, my name's Corey Strode." Like how it was like Ray Skywalker. Yeah, that'd be a giant uproar.
Yeah,
I love how we know nothing about this kid.
I know. And that's okay. I'm glad we know nothing about the kid. Jada says, I think the idea of having a copycat or obsessive fan could be interesting. An obsessive fan of Michael Myers could be interesting if done right and not overshadowing Michael's arc. That's the key. It can't overshadow Michael. And that's where I'm going to get pissed. If Corey
if you
is
do
like
the copycat,
main villain of the movie. Like, no.
Yeah.
It's got to be.
If you do the copycat and make Michael just like a force of nature that just comes out of nowhere.
Yeah.
You're kind of ruining the finale of this trilogy.
Yeah, I agree with that. I 100% agree with that. Let's go on here.
Come on, let's go.
Now, one of my favorite shots of the trailer is... Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Not what I meant. Let's go back. Now... One of my favorite shots of this is when he grabs her by the shirt. Or is he grabbing her by the shirt or by the throat?
It's grabbing her by the neck, dog.
Okay, well, when he grabs her by the throat and he just launches her like halfway across the room. Like that is one of my favorite shots of this entire trailer. I think that's sick.
Bro, look at her. She's fucking parallel to the ground. Bro, literally thrusted her like a rag doll.
That's gotta be Michael.
Bro, he threw her like a dirty sock you threw in the pantry. Oh my god.
He looks like he's throwing out the first pitch in a Reds game or something.
Right? Literally, you pause this and it's like, "Hi, my name's Laurie Strode. You may be wondering how I got myself in this certain predicament. My life is pretty crazy." Yeah. Bro,
look at his hands. He's even got form. He's like, oh.
Yeah, he's like one of those like Olympic like ball throwers. You know what I'm talking about? Where he just like thrusts it up the air. Bro, he literally threw her like
she's a ball thrower.
She's literally, bro. I'm dead right now. I am losing my shit, bro. Awesome. She's. I don't know what to say about that, man. How the fuck does she get back up from that? Here. By the neck too. Look at her.
Is it just me or do the eye holes look a little bit bigger on the mask?
Bro, I'm okay with that. Bro, it's it's fucking rubber that's been decaying.
That's
It's gonna get bigger.
That makes sense. I mean, if you all own Myers masks, that's what I was trying to say. Like you know that rubber decays over time. Latex decays and it crusts up, and I mean it does pretty much exactly what it did in these films. But my biggest issue with this shot, I love this shot. I think it's an amazing scene when he throws her across the room at the table.
It's fucking hilarious.
It is. Bro, you got me. You said she is parallel to the ground. He launched her across the room.
Stop it. Like, stop it again at that part, because, oh my fucking God.
My biggest issue with this frame, look at her cabinet behind her head. Who stacks plates like that?
Somebody with trauma.
Got plates just shoved up in the cabinet. Who does that? Nobody does that. That's the answer. Let's go here. Let me settings, playback speed. Let's go really slow. So he's opening the door. He's opening the door.
Slow.
Hold on, we're gonna get there.
Come on, let's go.
And there's the grab.
I told you the shit.
And she's up. She is up there.
Bro. Bro, Vince McMahon needs to call Laurie Strode and put
look
her
at him.
in
He does
WrestleMania.
it one-handed. He doesn't even use his other hand. Let's see this. Look at his left hand, the one down. Does he have all his fingers?
It looks like no.
I don't know. I don't think so. I think this is Michael. I don't see Corey.
If you're still sticking with the narrative of a copycat killer, dude, I'm gonna lose my shit.
No, I don't.
There's
I think
no way it can be a copycat killer.
This is Michael. I don't see Corey one-handed launching her across the room. I don't think that'll happen. I don't believe that at all.
Corey's too young, dude.
Yeah.
She's gonna be like Allison's age.
J-Dad said I know J-Dad keeps track of my my tongue ties. He says, by the way, no pin strokes so far. Waits patiently knowing the seed's been planted. I'm doing good. I'm doing pretty good.
He's doing good, but now you're in his head.
The Homoloya family. What's going on, guys? I think Michael Myers is mental help. He needs mental help, bro. He does. They got to get him back in there. He needs some help. He needs some milk.
What other help does he need?
He needs to be. Rosalia says all that activia
made her light as a feather. That is gold.
He picks her up. He's like, dang, what you been eating? And he just launches her across the room. By the way, guys, 18 people watching right now. Thank you all for hanging out with us tonight. We're about halfway through the trailer breakdown. We still got to talk the synopsis as well. Be sure to leave this stream a like if you have not already. Let's keep watching. Let's keep. I think did I put it back on normal play speed? Yeah, I did. Okay. So he launches her across the room this Halloween. She's injured. Something's happened. She's hurt. Unless she's never mind.
I think she's just screaming.
She is. I don't know. Something's wrong. We don't know who this is. Looks like she's outdoors. Looks like a school bus or something. Now, does anybody have thoughts on who this is? Because if we're being honest, this looks like the Mulaney's kid, the Lonnie, weird and scrawny kids from the beginning of Halloween Kills, which was in the 78 flashback. So it's like, what? But why would they? I don't know that it is.
Are you saying we're getting another flashback then?
I don't know. I have no idea. But it looks like one of the Mulaney kids. But yeah, I don't know who this could be. I'm not sure. I assume this is people that have.
I'm gonna say if at the end of the movie, at the end credit scene, it's gonna be victim number 4. That's all you get. That's all he is. He's gonna be victim number 4. Like, we're not gonna know his name or anything.
I don't know. Well, yeah, his hands are bloody. That's a good point too. I don't know. I think these could be people like that. Let me go back. Like the girl we just saw a minute ago. Like not her. Like her. This kid. Like I feel like these could be people that maybe have crossed paths with Michael. Like when he's
actually go back to the
living
bus
out there. Like I don't know. The Homoloya family says. I think Homoloya. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong, guys. What are those lights in the background? I don't know. I'm not sure. It depends on where this is, and we don't have any
Michael
context.
when he stole the car.
it's it's hard. He stole another car. It's hard to
Yeah.
do these without context because like this one we don't know where this is. Let me go back here. Oh,
what does that say?
Ooh, this is the same.
Yeah.
That's the same light source in the background.
Mm-hmm. It looks similar, but what does that bus say? It's kind of hard. Yeah. Hey guys, those of you that are watching, see if you can get a better picture of what's on that bus, because I feel like that's important too, honestly.
Is that a cornfield behind them? Because I'm not gonna lie, that'd be kind of sick seeing Michael in a cornfield. That'd be kind of cool.
He comes out of the fucking field
that would be kind of cool. That'd be a nice little fall touch. Jimmy Champagne did a Halloween 18 sequel fan film called Happy Halloween, and a lot of that was set in a cornfield, and it's actually very creepy seeing him walk through corn. It's pretty creepy. It's kind of a cool shot. So I don't know. Epic Retro Times going on, guys. The beginning of the trailer with Laurie pointing the gun looks odd, almost like it was a reshoot just for the trailer and not in the movie. She looks different.
Probably.
The trailer. I agree with that. I could see that too. Yeah,
I wanted to mention that. Well. She looked so clear. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She looks so that scene right there looks so out of place of the entire movie if you think about it.
Yeah. J-Dad says, wait, is that a bus from mental hospital patients? But why would it be there, though?
I don't know. And she looks like a normal kid.
There? Yeah, like the bus in 18. I don't know. I don't think that would make sense at all. I'm not sure about that one. Oh, boy. Here we go.
Corey.
There is the man, the myth, the legend himself, Corey Cunningham, ladies and gentlemen. This is the guy, again, spoiler alert if you don't want to know this. This is the guy that is rumored, we don't know this for sure, but is rumored to be the copycat killer, the person who possibly is in a relationship with Allison, but is also obsessed with Michael and his story and what he did, which makes it very interesting. Does he really care about Allison, or is he just in a relationship with Allison to get closer to Laurie? That's kind of an interesting thought as well. And this goes back to my thing that we know that the working title of the film is Cave Dwellers. Obviously, this is a sewer drain. This is a cave. Because if we look at this, Michael grabs him. This is very obviously Michael grabs him by his throat. And what if there is a little bit of a skirmish between Corey and Michael, and somehow, Michael's been living down in this sewer, which is disgusting, but I would expect nothing less from a man that never showers and probably pees and poops inside of his coveralls. Could you imagine the smell, what he must smell like?
Bro, he's still a human being. I feel like he does take off his coveralls to do his necessities.
Does he, though?
Which is weird. Could you imagine Michael just slowly hunkered over, and all you see is a mask, and he's just butt ass naked taking a shit. That's scary enough.
Could you imagine stumbling on that in the woods? You're walking in the woods and you're just
no,
could you imagine seeing that? That'd be really strange. I don't know. But what if this is the point where if Corey is wearing his actual mask, the burnt mask, and he steals it somehow, maybe this is the point where Corey does escape and he steals it, and maybe Corey stealing the mask is what sets Michael off again, and he goes back to Haddonfield, and that's what brings Laurie back in. That could be it could be interesting, but it could also be terrible. And that's what scares me. I feel like this copycat thing could literally be one of the coolest things they've ever done, or it could literally be one of the worst ideas they have ever had for this franchise. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. Except Gory Tiger, that part of him died a long time ago. Oh, the humanistic part. Is that what you're saying? So he doesn't. Yeah. So he doesn't pee or poop anymore. He just holds it all in. I'm sure he does. It's just very odd to
killing 78 people. Automatically upgrade your body to not being able to defecate.
The Homoloya family says, is Michael Myers friends with Pennywise? Bro, could you imagine? He grabs Corey's face and turns it sideways, and Pennywise is standing there with a balloon.
He's like, we all float down here.
We're all shapes down here. Things like that. Halloween ends. What if they pull a Scooby-Doo Scooby-Doo thing and they pull up the mask and find oh, that'd be a great way to get me to leave the theater prematurely. Yeah, Rosalia says, "You damn meddling kids!" Like, could you imagine they do this thing? They have Michael tied to a pole, and they do the whole. It's one of your favorite tropes, Miguel. They pull up the mask and they're like, "Old man Jenkins,
Old man
Corey.
Rivers, from the water tower, from the radio tower,
Corey from the radio tower."
Yeah, what
That'd
if
be
Corey
funny.
is just like a radio host
That'd be
and all
pretty
that
funny.
stuff? Yeah, what if
Yeah.
he's like a radio host and he's just like so enamored by Michael's stories? That's
Yeah.
why the whole thing with the radio tower exists. Maybe
Listen,
that's the radio tower. What if where they're
What?
coming from is a radio tower?
What do you mean where they're coming from?
I'm talking about the poor little kids that are like screaming at the fence.
Oh, I don't think so, because it doesn't look like the radio tower. I mean, it could. I don't know.
I mean,
It
maybe
could
the
be.
two
Who
lights
knows?
maybe the two lights are like the bottom half of the radio tower. You never know.
It could be. I mean, who knows? Philly says, "Why on earth is Corey even in the sewers? Doesn't make sense." Yeah, I don't know how. See, if that's the thing, if this interaction between Michael and Corey is what sets Michael off again on a rampage, like,
bro, he looks like someone I'm gonna
why?
hate in this fucking movie too. Like,
I know.
oh
I
my
feel like
God.
you are. I don't know why, but I feel like you are not going to be a Corey fan.
I'm probably not gonna be a Corey fan, bro. He looks like a fucking twerp.
I feel like you are going to light him up.
Yeah, I can't wait.
It's gonna be a good time. I'm excited for your take on Laurie or Corey when we finally see it. But yeah, I don't know why he would even be in the sewer unless he's searching for him. Like maybe he's searching for Michael and he finds signs that he's there. And maybe this is him, like you get an eerie, creepy scene where he's going through the sewer and he's looking around. And like as soon as he walks by that opening, that's when Michael reaches out and grabs him and like pulls him in or whatever. Like that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, he's like, "Congrats, you found me, and now you get 3 wishes." It's like the genie thing, yeah.
What would Corey's 3 wishes be?
I don't fucking know.
That was a fun. I'm just being dumb. That was funny. Jada says, "So Michael just needs some activity and a good poop. All better. Could you imagine?
All better.
That's all he needs. He just needs to relieve himself.
Yeah,
that's all he needs.
45 years of constipation. Yeah, I don't blame him from wanting to go on the killing spree.
He tells the cops, he's like, "Listen, just give me a toilet and a half hour, and I'll go back to Smith's Grove. You can take me back. You can lock me up. I don't care. Just give me a toilet."
That's why he killed the investigative journalist, because she was using the restroom and he really needed to use it.
He needed to get in there. There were like 4 other stalls. He could have used one of them.
Privacy, dog. If all the stalls were used, would you go in there and just take a shit too? I wouldn't. You want the privacy.
But they weren't being used.
Still, though, all I'm saying is that why would you want to sit there and take a shit with someone that's already like hammering his fucking rectum?
What if? What if after he killed her in the stall, when he drops the teeth and all that, after he killed her, he pulls down the coveralls and sits on the toilet and just is like, just like unleashes. That's why when Hawkins pushes over, like in the next scene when it cuts and Hawkins pushes the stall open, he's not looking at her dead body. He's looking at the destruction inside of that toilet bowl. That's what he's looking at. Yeah, maybe that's all Michael needs. He needs a half hour with a good toilet, a magazine, a pack of flushable wipes, and a pack of Cottonelle. That's all he needs. A roll of Cottonelle, and he'll be fine. He'll be okay. He won't kill anybody ever again. Everybody will be safe. We cracked the code here, people. We
cracked the code. We found his motivation, guys. I'm sorry. Pack it up. Yeah. Don't even go watch the movie.
Jaded brings up a good point. Any thoughts on the Glass Hill rumors? I know the guys at Fandom Empire have talked about that quite a bit. I haven't really dove into them a whole lot. To be completely honest with you, I'm not the guy to ask on that. I don't.
Luckily
really have
for
any
you,
thoughts.
though, I'm not either.
So I don't really know. I know there are rumors, and maybe that's even possibly a way that they could do a spin-off of this, which I don't think they need to do a spin-off.
What is the Glass Hill rumors?
I don't know exactly, but I think Glass Hill is where they were taking him from Smith's Grove. If I could be wrong, JD or JT, not J Dead. We have JT and J Dead, who you guys are like two of our frequent listeners. So that's why I mess it up.
That's
J
one.
Dead. I know that's you can with J Dead. You can count that as the first one. That was the first one. I'm forgetting who people are, but it's fine. We love all of you the same. But yeah, I think if I'm correct in this, I think Glass Hill was where they were taking Michael when the bus crashed at the end of 2018. They were taking him from Smith's Grove to Glass Hill. And maybe there's something going on like with the mental hospital there. I don't know. I'm not the person to ask about that one. So I don't know. There's other people that would probably have more thoughts on that. And I'm okay. Listen, part of the reason I don't know more about that is because I've actually had the opportunity. I could have dove into that a little bit more, and I purposely didn't, just because I really do want to walk into this one a little bit more unknowing of what I'm about to see. Like I just kind of want to take it for what it is the ride. So that's why I don't really have many thoughts on that. So yeah, Gory Tiger says it was all just constipation. Hey man, that'll do it to you. It'll do it to you. It's an issue. It's an issue. Maybe he needs some like some Pepto-Bismol or some Metamucil or something like that.
Metamucil.
He needs some help. He needs some milk again.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. When I'm constipated, I need some milk just to set me off. So I mean, hey, more the merrier.
Epic Retro Time. Corey could be obsessed with Myers, which would make sense. He is in the sewers looking for him. Yeah, I would say that he's probably been looking for him, and unfortunately for him, as we see right now, he found him. So this is another cool shot here. This is Michael. This is hands down. That's Michael. Definitely. Any guesses on who this random chick is? Is she just going to be somebody random who dies?
That's literally going to be it in the end credit scenes. Redhead victim number 2.
Could you imagine if and because you don't necessarily have to do another movie if you do this, but like he kills Laurie, it's over, and then the end credit scene is just a compilation of him in people's houses, like killing a whole ton of people, like different places, and like that's the end credit scene.
But it's gonna be like the Yaggity Sack, like yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just like him killing people with that,
yeah,
or like Careless Whisper going on in the background. That'd be kind of cool.
What?
But it's really cool the way this unfolds, because she does see him at the end. Like she hears him. He's not as sneaky as he was in his.
Why does everybody's house look such the same, dude?
No,
everybody's house just looks the same in Haddonfield.
Is that her door? Like, is that the front door, or is that a curtain?
I think so. I think it's the front door. I don't know.
That's a cool shot, though. There's Saga. Got the flashback to the OG. It's one of the best shots of the entire franchise. That's when in this scene, Tommy just said, "No, you can't kill the boogeyman."
No, you can't kill the boogeyman.
Yeah, Rosalia, that's a good point. Nobody has the lights turned on in their house. Nobody.
Bro, have you seen inflation? Utilities be expensive.
Listen, it is set this year. It's set this coming October. So it's set with everything going on in the world right now.
Bro, utilities be expensive, dog.
That's funny.
Each one of those houses that are in Haddonfield are probably going to be worth like upwards of like $400,000, guaranteed, or even more.
Really?
Am I lowballing it? Am I lowballing it?
I think you're highballing it. I don't know about 400. I could see 2, but I don't know about 4. I mean, this housing market's crazy, but it ain't that crazy.
That's the scarier part of the movie is seeing them housing costs.
Michael is not the scariest part of this movie. The inflation and the price of electricity, as Philly says, and all of this stuff. That's the actual terror.
No, Philly Loomis said, "Yes, Miguel. The price of electricity over here in the UK is scandalous."
Hey, it is over here in the
Hey,
U.S. too.
it is
so
over here, dog.
We're not doing
If
any better.
you're gonna come to the States and looking for cheaper shit, you ain't gonna find it.
Yeah, you're
You ain't
gonna find the
it,
same
man.
thing. But that's again the other shot from another shot from. I like that they used all shots of Michael and Laurie like interacting, like looking at each other. Like we get the
Do
shot
you
from the
notice how
original. We
strong
get
he's
them.
gotten though? You know what I mean? Like in the first one, he has to use 2 hands and he's struggling. But in the 2018, he's using
That's
one
true.
and
That's true.
just a holder. And now
Well, shoot,
he's parallel to the fucking ground.
He sat in prison for 40 years. All he was sitting there juicing the entire time. Like that was all he did.
Yeah,
you know how
like in the mental hospital when he was like hooked to like a fucking cement thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? To a cement block. When the guards aren't looking, he just like starts doing curls. Like he can easily get out of it. He just decides not to, just to like keep them at bay.
But as soon as anybody is around him, he's just like,
yeah.
Like
that's why he doesn't. I swear to God, if you take off that cover, those overalls, I swear to God, that man's probably yoked all get out. Yeah,
he's looking like Schwarzenegger under there.
Yeah.
Jaden says possible power outage would explain no lights. Yes, I think that would be kind of interesting too. And
what? Nobody paid their bills.
I'm gonna give you a little tease. As you guys know, I'm writing. This is gonna be. Let me find the graphic. Where is it? This is gonna be a part of Oktoberfest coming in October. All of our Halloween / horror themed content coming in the month of October. I am kind of in the process. Well, I'm not kind of. I am in the process of writing a like a loose treatment. It's not really a script. It's more of a treatment of like what I would like to see from a reboot or a reimagining of Halloween. And there's a little bit about a possible power outage and what that would do during Michael's rampage on Halloween night. So that's a little tease of something that could possibly happen. I think that could be interesting. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Rosalia says he worked out at the mental hospital like Sarah Connor.
I believe it.
Yoking the entire time, juicing. But we get that shot from 2018 where they're fighting. Yeah, that's the shot you're talking about. And he really does. He's kind of like stupid when he's just like it's almost like he can't even keep his hands on her. Like she's struggling. So you know what I mean? He literally can't even do it. The Honolulu family says, "What's your favorite Halloween movie in the franchise?"
18 and 2 for me.
I do really like 2 a lot.
Yeah.
I would probably have to go with, obviously the original, but if I think everybody would say the original, but if I had to go with one that's not the original, I really like 2. I really like H2O. Listen, for what it's worth, I actually really like. Yeah, Philly, you're right. The OG is always going to be the OG. You're right. I don't know. For what it's worth, I really do like Rob Zombie's first film. I do. It works and it's weird and it's different and it's not perfect. I don't like everything about it, but overall, it works for him and his weird metal self. You know what I mean? Like it does work. And I'll tell you what, I've always said this. I told Mike Holtz this from We Watched a Movie. I think Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 is the biggest disappointment in the entire franchise, because if you would have given Rob Zombie's H2 the Halloween Kills treatment and like literally continue, like if Laurie wouldn't have woken up from a dream and Michael like Brackett gets Laurie away from the hospital and you spend the rest of Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 of Tyler Maine's Michael just on an absolute brutal rampage in Haddonfield, like that could have been possibly one of the best entries of the entire franchise. And instead we got Loomis, who, if I want your opinion, I'll slap it out of you. And like, he's just doing it for the fame and he's writing his book. And, it could have been so good. And it was so bad, like in so many ways. And I know that movie again, it's not all bad. There are good things about it, but yeah, I don't know. I would say the one that I watch the most, even the original, I watch 2 the most. I watch Halloween 2 more than I watch any of them. I do.
Yeah, it's pretty much background music for you.
Well, and yeah, and I that sounds bad. But like Halloween 2 is one of the movies that I could quote that movie. I've seen it so many times. I may have seen Halloween 2 more than I've seen the original, if we're being honest. I mean, not by like a landslide, but yeah, like if I'm editing videos, like if I'm doing stuff for the channel, I can put Halloween 2 on and just have it on, and just like it's just one of those movies that I can just have it on. I'm curious to see what Miguel thinks of H3, which when we do our commentary of
Which
that
we
later this
haven't
fall.
seen, honestly.
Yeah, well, you haven't seen it. I mean, I like H3. I know a lot of people think it's garbage, but I think H3 is fun. It has nothing to do with Michael Myers. In fact, it's actually set like in a different universe than this, because there's a scene where the Halloween trailer is playing on TV. So like it's, yeah, I don't know. Philly says, Brad, well, yeah, let's see what you guys are saying. Which ones do you, what are your favorites of the franchise? Philly says, I've definitely seen 2 more than the OG. Yeah, man, it's great. Also, my top 3, H78, H281, and H2O. I do like H2O too. H2O just I don't like the end of H2O. I mean, her cutting his head off is fine, but I don't know. There's something about H2O, like I feel like H2O is really strong up until like the last third of it, and then it just kind of derails a little bit. Rosalia says Rob Zombie substituted violence over spooky atmosphere. Yes.
Agreed.
He did.
Agreed.
And it's okay. It worked for what he was trying to do. It worked for that, but he definitely did that. The Hummelaya family also really like the original Halloween H2O. Yep. H2O is kind of typically a fan favorite. I think a lot of people really, really like H2O. And Jada says Halloween 4. Halloween 4 is a good one too. I do like H4. H4 is definitely up there. It's probably in the top 5 or 6 for me. Miguel, what were your thoughts of H2O? We haven't talked about H2O in a while. I'm excited to rank these. I kind of want to know your ranking on these.
H2O was the attack on the campus, right?
Yeah, H2O was like the OG Halloween 18 where they tried to.
It was LL Cool J and all that stuff. Yeah, I liked it.
They forgot about all the other. It's literally exactly what they did with 18, but before 18. So
I would say it would have been cool for to see like a 2000 like a trilogy of H2O, honestly, and not like minus what the fuck happened in fucking Resurrection, but like make it like an H2O and then make like another like 2 other sequels, like depicting of like what could have happened back then, because that one seemed a little bit more interesting, and that one seemed honestly more it actually seemed more in tune with what Laurie Strode would have been as compared to what she is now. Like here, they make her out to be in the 2018 trilogy. They make her out to be like some Sarah Connor badass that just wants to kill Michael. Whereas in H2O, they actually make her like a trauma-ridden like pillhead that was just trying to forget everything still.
Yeah.
While also trying to like raise a family. So
I agree with that. Let's get back to the trailer here. So I'm gonna keep going. Let it burn. Still, listen, I don't care what anybody says, whether you loved Kills or hated it. That's still one of the best shots of the franchise.
It really is.
Hands down. It's insane. It looks so good. It's awesome. Like it doesn't get any better than that. Like that is sick.
No, with that I forgot what that thing's called.
The halogen.
Halogen? Okay, yeah.
It's pretty dope looking, man.
It's pretty sick.
Awesome,
he looks like Daenerys Targaryen, like when she like came out of the flames. Yeah, he looked fucking baller.
So where I just paused it here, this is Laurie after she smoked a blunt.
Was it really?
No. No. She looks very like, I have a gun. Like
Is this like a new scene? I think this is. This is in the movie. This is in the Ends movie, right? I don't recognize that scene.
Maybe. I don't know. Could be.
I'm not sure. I think it is.
Is that from 18? She might be wearing her green shirt from 18.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm not 100% positive. Who knows? It's too quick to really tell.
Yeah.
Ends. You got to get the trailer voice. So again, we're in Laurie's house. This looks like it's that same room where she's at the door. I had a thought on this. What if she sees him? I think it's kind of weird to see him just walking up to the house, but like, what if she looks out the window and she sees him in that tracking shot where he's walking up the steps, and that's when she hurries and grabs the gun, and that's when she's standing there waiting for him. Like, that's, I don't know.
I could see that, yeah, too.
Because she looks kind of shocked. I'll tell you though,
she looks dusty.
She looks more put together though in this film, at least in the footage that we've seen, which again goes with the idea that maybe she is trying to better herself. She's trying to move on. She's more cleaned up. She doesn't have the long bushy white hair anymore. She's cleaned up. She's got a haircut. She's wearing nicer clothes. She's in an organized space, like all of that stuff, J-Dad, you make a good point, man. TBH, watching any Halloween movie is a good time for me, even the ones on the bottom of my list. I agree with that. I agree, although I'm not going to lie, I can't stand Resurrection. I mean, I'll watch it just for fun, but I don't. If I'm going to just put one on, I won't pick Resurrection. Like 9 times out of 10, I won't.
Yeah.
First and only shot of Allison in the entire trailer. Literally the only shot of her in the entire thing.
That's what I mean. I feel like she's going to be out of the movie.
I hope not, because I like her. I really like her character, like a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
She's going to be out of the movie. It's going to be another thing that's going to be controversial.
I hope not, because Andi Matichak did a really good job with that character, and I like her character a lot. So I don't know, like even seeing like she gets out of the car, she obviously looks like something's wrong. Like she's looking at something that she doesn't like, or that's making her question something, So I don't know. See, why do they keep doing that? That's not what I want to do. Go back. Okay, hang on here. Hang on. Why are we?
What are you doing?
Oh, I don't know. Never mind. My computer looked weird. It probably looked normal on your end, but it did on my end. So first and only shot of Allison. The street looks dark, by the way. If you look behind her, people aren't trick-or-treating and stuff anymore. This street looks dark and dimly lit. Maybe the power is out. Maybe that's the thing. Well, I don't know, because that street lamp is on. Maybe not. Probably not. And again, first shot of Hawkins. Hawkins is up running around, bro. His legs, he's not paralyzed. Bro,
that PT was worth the money.
He had the best physical therapist in the state of Illinois working on him, like legit.
Yep.
Yeah. Philly Loomis says that's interesting. Yeah, that's interesting. Maybe she looks like she's in a police outfit. Let me go back.
Oh,
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe she might just be in a jacket, in a dark jacket. But we have officers. No, we have officers running up there with Hawkins. Notice, Hawkins is not in a
uniform,
or he's not in uniform. He's just running with 2 cops next to him.
So I actually don't blame him.
Well, yeah, I would quit my job too if that happened to me. I'd be like, no, I'm out. Like I'm done. I'm completely done. So I don't know. It's interesting. Michael throwing this chick up against the wall. That's him. 100%. That's him. That's Michael. It is. Like I'd be shocked if it wasn't. And well, it is Michael, because look at it. Look at the side of the right side of the coveralls. They're all burned and there's bullet holes and it's all cut up and whatever else. Like, yeah, that's him. That's Michael, and he's throwing that chick.
You keep saying that like there's going to be a copycat killer, man. There's not going to be a copycat killer.
I think you might be eating your words. I think you might be shoving that foot in your mouth.
Nope.
I think it might be happening.
Nope. I'm going to keep that planted right in that fucking theater, stepping on a shit ton of dirty old popcorn and candy.
I think it possibly could be.
There's not going to be a copycat killer.
Hey, J-Dad, can you take care of our friend in the chat for me while I keep this? I know Rosalia says these assholes again. Yeah, I'm super over that. I can see it. I can do it real quick. Hang on. And goodbye. There we go. All right, moving on. Bro, that's Corey. He is slamming him. Maybe this is in the sewer.
Yeah, I think he
Bro
dies.
has got him by the throat.
I think he dies.
He's got him by the throat.
Yep.
He's got Corey, and he is just slamming. Now, this is one of my favorite shots in the entire trailer. And here's why. This gives me the way the collar is popped, and the collar is a little bit more round, like it hugs his neck a little bit more. This gives me hardcore Halloween 2 vibes. And I really, maybe it wasn't the only shot of Allison. Whoops. Definitely gives me H2 vibes. I think that's pretty cool. It's cool looking. Let me see. Yeah, we do have another shot of Allison. She's screaming. I don't know why. Any thoughts?
Why she's screaming?
Yeah.
Let's see.
It looks the same way she did when he had Corey at the top of the stairs in the previous movie. Same thing, and she's looking up the stairs. You know what I mean?
Try to figure out what she'd be screaming at.
The question here, I think, is she in Laurie's house, or is she? Well, I guess it could be her house too. Is she in Laurie's house, or is she in somebody else's house? That's the hardest thing about, and really any trailer. It's hard to break down a trailer, especially when you get these little snippets of clips from the film, because it's like, how do you tell?
Is Michael to your right, man?
What do you mean?
Is Michael to your right? You keep looking left.
No, we're good. I don't know. It's weird. Like, it's hard with these trailer breakdowns because you never know. You never know where you are. Like, there's no context of where you are or where the characters are at. Like, you don't necessarily, you can't, because you only get little snippets. You can't tell the bigger details of what's happening in a scene. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. There could be a lot of ideas where she's at. Here's an interesting one. Now, if you think back a few frames ago, the scene where Hawkins and the two police officers are running up, I presume, to the house where we saw Laurie at the beginning when Michael pushes open the door. I would assume that she's standing out there, and there's sirens out there right now behind her. If you see that blue glow behind her, right?
Yeah.
Maybe that fight that we saw at the beginning of it isn't necessarily at the end of the film. I have a lot of questions about these shots because they go really quickly, but there's a lot in them, and she doesn't look like she's panicked right now. You know what I mean?
This bitch looks determined.
I know, she looks determined. She looks like, okay, like, here we go. We're about to go do this thing, you know? So I don't know, maybe, I don't know. I don't know what to think of this. Like, because if the sirens are there, the police are already there. Hawkins would have already run up. Maybe, again, I'm going to do your copycat killer theory here. Maybe they've arrested Corey. She's already fought Corey and she's arrested Corey and she knows Michael is coming. I don't know. I'm reaching for straws here.
You definitely are.
I'm really, really reaching there. But again, it's hard with these because it's like, how do you can't put certain frames together. It's really hard to, I don't know. It's hard with these tiny little snippets of clips. With the longer stuff, like the long tracking shot, there's a little bit more there to look down and examine. But these, it's just, there's not much. You know what I mean? See, Epic Retro Time, you bring up another good point for your time jump after this scene. I don't think so. And I don't think so because she looks different. Well,
I mean, her hair is like kind of frizzy.
Actually,
it could be her arriving. It could be her arriving at Karen's fucking death.
You're right. You're 100% right. I take that back. This could easily be her at the end of Halloween Kills. Maybe she goes to the Myers house. This is her determined, and then maybe we cut, and that's That's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah. That's a good one, man. I don't know. Jada says Allison wearing a police jacket is interesting. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know what to think of that one. That's weird. She's upset. Hawkins gave her jacket because she just realized that her boyfriend was a copycat.
Probably.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just being kind of dumb with that one. Yeah, I don't like her joining the police force, Philly. I'm not about that. The Homoloya family. I have a theory, buddy. Go for your theory. What do you think? What's your theory? Let us know. Let's move on. And look at that crispy boy.
Jesus,
what is
he stabbing?
Those are feathers, like it's a pillow, or like a thing of like mothballs, and it's like moths are like. Mm-hmm. So he's, ooh, Miguel, I'm about to blow a hole in your theory.
Okay.
I'm literally about to blow an entire hole in it.
Okay.
Look at the hand.
What about it?
Look at his hand.
Okay, he has all hands. What's going on?
Look at his ring finger. Since when does Michael wear bling?
Bro, I swear to God, please, for the love of God, don't let this be a fucking copycat killer. I'm gonna lose my fucking shit. I really am.
Since when does he wear bling?
When does he wear a fucking class ring? Oh my God, this is really just fucking Corey, dude. I'm really gonna hate this fucking movie. I'm gonna tell you that right the fuck now.
Let's slow it down. Let's do it. So we see Allison screaming. Laurie. Boom. That's a ring. That's a ring. But you could also look at it this way. I'm going to play devil's advocate to myself here. I know. Philly says Miguel's pissed off.
I'm pissed. I don't want it to be a fucking copycat killer, man. Why, dude, yeah, I really don't want to be a copycat killer. Because you guys are going to hate me. I fucking hate Scream. I hate the Scream franchise. It's fucking stupid. It's just so fucking meta.
Stupid.
And with the whole copycat killer, too, and all that. So, bro, why would you need to do a copycat killer and just copy off of what fucking happened in Scream? It makes zero sense for that to happen. That's all I'm saying. So, yeah, if Corey ends up being a copycat killer, because if he becomes a copycat killer, that means he's gonna be deranged. He's gonna be fucking stupid. He's gonna act weird. His social norms, his social cues are gonna be all fucked up, and he's gonna act like a weird individual. And
what if he's not?
Here's the best. No, here's the best part. Here's the best part. He's gonna act so normal. He's gonna win fucking Allison's heart, and they're gonna be all kissy goo goo and all that shit in the honeymoon phase. And then whenever you finally rip off the mask, he's just all fucking crazy. And it's bro,
he's like, what? Hey, hold on. He's like, what again?
You're not getting that again.
I need that one more time.
For the fans. You got what you got.
I even made the screen look bigger. I need that one more time, please.
Nope, you're not getting it.
One more time.
Nope.
One more time.
I'm gonna give you these.
Just one. Just one. Just give me one.
Nope.
I'll kiss you right on the mouth. Oh man, that's
fucking
funny.
Stupid.
So yeah, I don't know, man.
Don't like the copycat killer fucking theory. It's gonna be stupid if it is.
Rosalie,
I will walk out.
You think it's stupid? Listen, here I'm gonna play devil's advocate to myself here. What if you're seeing this from an angle and this is him and Laurie fighting, and that's Laurie's hand? Because Laurie was wearing a ring on her right hand when she's holding the gun facing him. Maybe that's her right hand coming down.
True.
Maybe. Could be. I don't know. Could be. And maybe you're just seeing her. Maybe it looks like his hand and it looks like he's coming down with his arm. But maybe you're just seeing him dodge out of the way and you're seeing her hand come. I don't know. It's interesting. Interesting thought. Let me turn the speed back up so that we don't. Here we go. This is when we get, come get me. And it's cool because this scene this shot mirrors what happened when he emerges from the darkness, the traditional Dean Cundy cinematography thing where they had the light on a dimmer, so you just slowly see the mask come into, you just see the half of the mask illuminate. It's one of the best shots. It's kind of a reversal of that, where she's a little bit more cloaked in darkness and he comes around the corner, which is kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I think she's wearing different clothes in this shot than she was at the very beginning of the film. She was wearing a blue shirt. Now that, if I'm not mistaken, that looks like a green shirt.
Mm-hmm. And then she's actually wearing a vest of some sort.
Oh yeah, she was wearing a vest, didn't she?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe she's wearing her like Christmas with the Cranks get up.
Was she in Christmas with the Cranks?
Who are you?
Someone that doesn't watch that movie.
Dude, Christmas with the Cranks is like easily like my second or third favorite Christmas movie. Listen, this is completely. Hey, we got to rank Christmas movies this year. We can do that.
That's true.
Our top to like 5 or 10 Christmas movies. You got like Christmas Vacation, which is, you all know this. Christmas Vacation is my favorite movie of all time. You have Christmas with the Cranks. You have Elf. There's some good ones, man. But yeah, she was Tim Allen's wife in Christmas with the Cranks. She was hilarious in that movie. Philly Loomis says that may be Corey there in this shot. Could be. I don't know. Let's look at the coveralls. Can we see them clearly? Oh boy. Naughty. I'm kidding. The coveralls do look a little blue. The coveralls look a little blue in this one.
Quit pushing that narrative.
You just see. You just want me to stop pushing the narrative because you don't want to hear it. You don't want it to be a thing. You don't want it to be. You're trying to wish it. Did you just leave? I was like, are you kidding me? You're trying to wish it out of existence. That's what you're trying to do.
I really am.
Philly Loomis says, just think he looks shorter than like just a thought. Maybe. I don't know. Listen, what I was going to say earlier, there are literally.
I thought you said he looked shorter than a thought, like that hoe over there. I was like, golly, son.
No, but
where the fuck did that come off? That was pretty out of pocket.
There are people that I know this because I've actually seen it, and I'm not by any means making fun of anybody who did this or said this. It's just funny how hardcore people get into this stuff. But there was somebody who, in that tracking shot at the beginning of the trailer, was like, the breathing, that's not Nick Castle's breathing. The breathing sounds different. It's not him. Michael doesn't breathe like that. He breathes differently. And I'm like, did somebody really go back and like, are you really paying that much attention to like see, Corey breathes like this when he's wearing the mask, and Michael breathes like this when he's wearing the mask. Like, do you hear the difference? Like, no, I don't. Like, I hear no difference. It sounds like somebody breathing. Like, what do you want me to say? You know, it's kind of funny. I think that's a pretty funny idea. The Homaloya family, I think Laurie gets thrown down the stairs. Ooh, that's a good one. Maybe that scene where she was screaming. That could be that's a good idea as well. Grabs her from behind. This is when we get the pretty cool. See, this is cool. Like, the mask looks really cool right there. When he's got her hand, he's trying to put her hand in the garbage disposal, and she's saying no. He even, you know what's screwed up about this?
What?
He uses her hand to turn the garbage disposal on. Like, he literally, like, he flips it with her hand and then goes to put her hand down in the garbage disposal.
Well, he doesn't have much fingers, so to like, you know, turn it on. You know what I mean?
That's fair. Well, he's
that's
also
a hand that's like fucking.
Too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sick, man.
Bro, but really, why'd she do this though? Why the fuck she do this? Like, if I was her, I'd be like this, so my hand wouldn't be in there.
Oh yeah, so that you could. Well, knowing him, he'd probably try to like snap her fingers the other way and get like you know, it'd be gross.
I'm just saying, Laurie, think better. You've obviously been out of the hunting game.
Jaded says the castle breathing theory coming soon. Vid coming soon. Yeah. We're gonna make an entire 4-hour episode. It's gonna be one of our longest shows. We're gonna rate Michael's breathing in the entire franchise.
You can join that one, guys. I'm out of that one.
He's like, nah, I'm good. Yeah, I couldn't do that. There's no way. I'm sure there's people that could though. Tries to put her hand down in there. She headbutts him hard. Let's see that in slow motion. Let's see that in slow-mo. Let's do it. And boom! She hits him hard. She looks like that hurt. Look at her face. You know that hurt her. That hurt bad.
Yeah, of course it fucking hurt.
grabs the knife.
That very well could be her hand.
Well, okay, that's her hand. Who do you think that is, Michael? Like, you think he's wearing a woman's ring and like a blue...
it's Corey.
Oh my god. That is clearly a woman's arm.
Corey seemed very feminine to me.
Grabs the knife and chow. That's Michael's hand. Look at it. It looks like he
looks so fucked.
It looks gross. It looks disgusting.
It does.
Well, listen, it's been shot and healed. It's been burned. You know he doesn't wash after he wipes. I mean, let's be real.
Oh my god.
You know he doesn't. Let's be completely honest with each other. It's gross. It's gross. Nasty. The Homoloya family says she has good flooring. She does. Sure. That hardwood is fresh. She just sees. That's why she's going to be angry. She's like, I just had my floors redone, and now there's going to be blood all over it, and whatever else crusties you have coming off of you. And then that's when we get Boomerama, the Halloween Ends logo, and roll credits. And in theaters October 14th. Now, very interesting, in Dolby Cinema and IMAX. We could go see this thing in IMAX, and it'd be sick. And I'm excited.
Yeah. So, well, I mean, we're gonna have to see it. We're gonna have to get fully immersed in it.
I know. We're gonna have to spread and everything. But yeah, man, it's a cool trailer. I'm really happy that we didn't get a whole lot in it. I really, really appreciate the fact that it's ambiguous. It gives you little tidbits of things, again, especially if you slow it down and go frame for frame like we just did. J-Dad says his hand looks like burnt Spam. It really does, though. It looks like...
I was trying to figure out like a food to like describe it with. Yeah.
Well, it looks like Spam that you burnt and then like went and like threw it out in dirt for a week and just like let like animals kick it around and like bugs and whatever get all over it. Like, it looks disgusting. But it's a good trailer, man. And the piece of this we haven't talked about yet is the synopsis. So the official synopsis for Halloween Ends reads, "This is Laurie Strode's last stand." Well, so was Halloween 1, Halloween 2, and Halloween H2O, and Halloween Resurrection, but here we are. No, I'm kidding. I'm joking. After 45 years, the most acclaimed, revered horror franchise in film history reaches its epic, terrifying conclusion as Laurie Strode faces off for the last time against the embodiment of evil, Michelle Myers. Michael.
What?
In a final confrontation, unlike any captured on screen before, only one of them will survive. Now, I've seen some people that are like, oh, they revealed only one of them is going to survive. Oh, that's a spoiler. Why did they say that? I think that's... I take that with a grain of salt. They said, like Godzilla versus Kong, they said that one of them would win. But, like, come on. You could say that Godzilla won, but, like, it's not like he killed Kong or vice versa. You know what I mean? I mean, Godzilla won, but it's, you know what I mean? Like, I take that with a grain of salt. I think that's, you know, I don't know. I think that's a little, don't read more into that than you need to. I think that's safe to say. Icon Jamie Lee Curtis returns for the last time as Laurie Strode, horror's first final girl, and the role that launched Curtis's career. Curtis has portrayed Laurie for more than 4 decades now, one of the longest actor-character pairings in cinema history. That's true. I mean, she's been playing Laurie for a really, really long time, which is awesome. Which is why everybody's like, you know, they could continue. They could do another one after this. I'm like, bro, no, they're not. They're not going to do any more after this. This is it. Like, this is it for her. And I think it's very obvious that Ends is going to be the end for her playing the Laurie Strode character. When the franchise relaunched in 2018, Halloween shattered box office records, becoming the franchise's highest-grossing chapter and set a new record for the biggest opening weekend for a horror film starring a woman. 4 years after the events of last year's Halloween Kills, Laurie is living with her granddaughter, Allison. So that's okay. So that's true. So I forgot about that. So Laurie is living with Allison. And is finishing writing her memoir. Those are 2 really big pieces of information. So Laurie is living with Allison. Maybe she's living with Allison and Corey. Maybe Allison and Corey live together, Miguel. Maybe Corey is the one
Bro,
doing all these
Allison's got
copycat
some
killings.
really nice reboot time. Just saying. For her to see her boyfriend die
It's
and
been
like
4 years.
fucking mutilated.
It's been 4 years. She's allowed to move on. She can move on to something new. It's okay.
There's a certain amount of time to move on.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Fair. But also Laurie is writing her memoir, which we talked about that a little bit earlier, but I think that's kind of an interesting way to bring something new to that character that we haven't had before. Maybe there's been national news stories on Laurie. Maybe Laurie is kind of a public, not a public icon, but she's in the public image a little bit more than we've ever seen her in past iterations. I think that could be kind of an interesting thing. Real quick, Epic Retro Time says, thoughts on Jamie Lee Curtis saying it's going to make people very angry. What does it mean? I don't know. Honestly, I think the copycat could be that. I think she knows a lot of people want Michael to win and they want to stick by a COD's you can't kill Michael Myers rule. But I think, we talked about this with Mike and Jay too. I think if you're going to kill Michael, now's the time. I think we're at a point where it's like, okay, it feels like a logical conclusion to kill him off, so I think that, I think there's a number of I think there's a number of reasons that it can make people very angry. But again, take that with a grain of salt. I would caution people not to read too far into that. I think it's okay to take that one with a grain of salt. What do you think, Miguel, about JLC saying that's going to make people very angry?
I think it's going to make a lot of people angry because it's the fucking copycat killer.
Could be.
Yeah.
Could be. I agree.
That's pretty much what I would say.
I don't know. Let's keep going with the synopsis. So Laurie's writing her memoir. Michael Myers hasn't been seen since. So he has not been seen since the events of Halloween Kills. After allowing the specter of Michael to determine and drive her reality for decades, Laurie, after allowing the specter of Michael to determine and drive her reality for decades, has decided to liberate herself from fear and rage and embrace life. Now, that's a lot. That's a lot in one sentence. So she's embracing life. She's trying to move on. She's trying to be happy. Maybe that's why she's taken to writing. She was very academic in the first film. I mean, we knew she was the girl next door who studied, and
she was though. Like she was really such a bookworm, and then she became Sarah Connor.
Like I know, right? Like she forgot her. I always forget my chemistry book and my math book and my science book and whatever else when Annie's saying that. Like Laurie was actually upset that she forgot her textbooks at school.
Yep.
And it's a holiday. Like it's Halloween. Like everybody's gonna go have fun tonight or whatever. And she was actually upset that she forgot her textbooks.
Bro, Halloween's like the one holiday where it's like, bro, celebrate all you want, but guess what? You got class at 8 a.m.
I know, right? It's not like it's in college and it's a weekend or a break or something. So, but yeah, so she's trying to move on. She recognizes that it was not about her, and she's trying to let him go and let go the fear that she had all of her life and the anger for what he did and for, she's trying to embrace that. She's trying to move on and live her life, which is, that was another one, which is cool. That's something interesting that we haven't necessarily seen before. Because even in H2O, we saw her kind of move on. God bless you. We saw her kind of move on, but she was still like popping pills and drinking like an entire bottle of wine in a sitting. You know what I mean? Like she still wasn't doing like that hot. So that's interesting. And here's Miguel. Here we go. Are you ready? Are you ready? You're not ready.
Okay.
Everybody in the chat, are you ready for Miguel's response to the next little tidbit? Corey Cunningham. Oh, excuse me. But when a young man, Corey Cunningham, Rowan Campbell, played by Rowan Campbell, the Hardy Boys' Virgin River, is accused of killing a boy he was babysitting, it ignites a cascade of violence and terror that will force Laurie to finally confront the evil she can't control once and for all.
I don't mind that one. You like that? Yeah, like make him, like accuse him for falsely like killing the person he was babysitting. Why not?
I think that's an interesting angle. Maybe it I find it interesting that it actually goes to say, but when a young man, Corey Cunningham, is accused of killing a young boy he was babysitting, did he actually do it? Was that, again, was he kind of already obsessed with Michael at that point? And was that his, like, his gateway into wanting to kill people and doing what Michael did? Like, I don't know. Like, that's an interesting thing. And that's something that I'm very interested to know more. Philly Loomis says, get ready for the meltdown from Miguel. But yeah, I don't know. Like, that's an interesting thing.
What if they do that thing with, like, what if they do that thing in Stranger Things with Billy?
Huh?
You know what I'm talking about? With is his name Billy? No, it's not Billy. In Stranger Things, what's his name? They got accused of killing the cheerleader.
Eddie.
Yeah. How like Eddie's actually just like kind of a sweet guy, but like
Maybe
they accuse him of killing, and yeah.
I don't know. Possibly.
Who knows?
Jaded says rumor is that the boy he kills is Julian. Oh, I hope not. I like that kid. It happens during the time jump, maybe. But Julian would be older though. He wouldn't be quite as. I mean, I guess he would still need. I don't know. Would he still need a babysitter?
How
He'd be in like middle school. He was probably in elementary school when in 18. So let's say if he was 2 years later, I don't know. Maybe he would still need a babysitter. I hope not, because I like that kid, man. He was awesome. Julian was awesome. So yeah, man. I don't know. That's interesting. The Humloya family says, "Wait, new theory. Let us know. What's your? Oh, there's a theory. What if Corey lives at Michael Myers' childhood home and he heard the voice? Again, ways to make me leave the theater. Like, I don't like that at all. I don't like the idea that it's like the druid voice and like kind of what they did in the novelization of the original film. I don't like that. That doesn't make sense to me. I'm not wild about it. So yeah. So again, this ignites a cascade of violence and terror that will force Laurie to finally confront the evil she can't control, yada, yada, yada. Halloween Ends co-stars returning cast Will Patton as Officer Frank Hawkins, Kyle Richards as Lindsay Wallace, who, interestingly enough, we didn't see one time in the trailer. We saw nothing of Lindsay.
And she's supposed to be important in the movie.
I know. We saw a glimpse of Hawkins. We saw a glimpse of Allison. We didn't see Lindsay at all. We saw more Corey than we saw of Lindsay. And James Jude Courtney as the Shape. And that is the official synopsis for Halloween Ends. That's it.
Boom.
So there's a lot, man. There's a lot to... Well, I say that there's a lot to break down, but there's also... I'm glad that there's not more. I think this is a good chunk of information to sit with, to roll around in the back of your brain, and to... I don't know. I think it's just enough information. JT, he says, apparently they said Lindsay's part is very short. Oh, that sucks. Because I really liked her. I hope not, because Lindsay was like one of my favorite parts of 18, or not, of Kills. I mean, like, I felt like a lot of the dialogue was kind of cheesy and stupid for not. You all know what I'm saying. I felt like the dialogue was kind of ridiculous for some of the characters, except for Lindsay. Lindsay, I felt like she was very logical. Like, the stuff her character said was, it felt more realistic than I think a lot of the other characters did. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I'd agree with
some
you.
of the, like, even like we talked about that earlier about the Loomis. Did he kill again? It's like, duh. Like that's not something Loomis would say. Laurie felt very genuine. Frank Hawkins felt very genuine. Allison felt very genuine. But like a lot of the legacy characters, like you had this is for Dr. Loomis line, which I actually didn't mind. I thought that was kind of funny. Tommy was really the one. Tommy said some dumb lines in that movie. He just did. I don't know. I don't know if they purposely wrote him that way. I'm not sure, but he had some stupid lines. But yeah, man, I don't know. I actually felt like Lindsay was one of the better, more well-written pieces of that film. So I don't know. JG also says, yeah, in Kills, I felt like her scenes were choppy. Like there were some scenes missing. Yeah, like they could have used her more. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like honestly, she was like the best part, like one of the better parts of the thing. JT says, I kind of wish the legacy characters were brought in ends instead of kills. Yeah, I could see that. Well, even if some of them would have moved over, you know what I mean? Like if we would have had some of them last into the next one, like Brackett could have lasted into the other one, but even Brackett, you had even said that,
Nah,
Miguel,
Bracken
about
needed to die.
You think so? It
Yeah.
needs to die. You would like when I remember we were sitting in the movie theater, and when Brackett's like, hey Michael, everybody's entitled to one good scare. You were like, oh my god, like really? Why? Like
that was
why?
by far the
For real.
cheesiest thing ever.
I know. Philly Loomis says Brackett was a waste of space kills. Well, the thing about Brackett in saying that, like he said that to Laurie, excuse me, Laurie, like when he says that to her just in passing. It's not like it's his catchphrase. Like he said it like 15 times in the original. Like he said
Brackett's
it once.
character was literally the worst, and out of every character in Halloween franchise, Brackett was the worst.
But like he literally said it once in passing to Laurie when he bumps into her on the sidewalk. Like I feel like he had to have been waiting his entire life to say that to the person who like if you came face to face with the person who killed your child and you were the one holding the gun, like
why
that
would you say that?
Not be the first thing out of your mouth, like
nope.
at all. It wouldn't
nope.
be. Like you'd be shooting his kneecaps and like sitting there talking to him with the, you know what I mean? Like it doesn't really make any sense. Epic Retro Time, as Laurie is about to get killed by Myers, you hear Happy Halloween. Busta Rhymes comes in and wrecks his world. That's awesome. That would be awesome. Busta Rhymes.
Well, I mean, that's kind of what we got in 2018.
What do you mean? Busta Rhymes?
With the Happy Halloween.
Yeah, kind of. When
Karen shoots Michael in the face, and and Laurie comes out of the shower. It's like, gotcha, and then it's like Happy Halloween, Michael, and then Laurie wrecks his shit.
Yeah. J-Did says, I don't think Brackett knew he was being filmed. They're like, Charles, we're rolling. Charles Cypher, like, bro, we're rolling. He's like, oh, keep it. I don't want, you know what I mean? And I could, funny him doing that. Real quick, Halloween ends. Michael is a beast in the trilogy. He really is, though. He is a beast. I mean,
he really has been. He's probably the most intimidating Michael Myers in the entire franchise, hands down. He is literally James Hugh Courtney is literally the best Michael Myers, hands down. I would say.
If I was gonna be if I was honestly scared of two iterations of them, it would be Tyler Mane's and James Hugh Courtney's versions, just because of how brutal and menacing they both are. But yeah, man, I completely agree. So there's a lot to kind of wrap us up here. There's a lot to talk about. There's a lot of speculation, and there's a lot of things that we're going to talk about in the coming months. I assume we probably will get a trailer. Maybe late August, early September, we'll get another trailer. Hopefully, it doesn't show much more than this one did. I really, 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 really hope that they keep it ambiguous, that they keep it, under the radar a little bit, because for me, and I know everybody's different, and for those of you listening right now, by the way, thank you for hanging out with us tonight. This one's been a blast. But for me, I know for you might want to go in knowing a little bit more about it so that you can set your expectations based on that. For me, I want to go in not knowing what to expect, because I think the fact that I went into Kills having an idea of what to expect, and then when it went a different way from what I was thinking it would be, I was disappointed. And I don't want to walk out feeling like that, especially since this is the last one. It's not like there's going to be another one next year. Like, this is it for a while. So I really want to walk out of Ends feeling satisfied as a big fan of this franchise and as a horror fan. I want to walk out being like, you know what? That was a well-told story. And they did a really, really good job kind of wrapping this up. So
I agree with you wholeheartedly, because in regards to like how we started with Halloween, like I kind of started with like 2018, like this trilogy is what started my interest in whole Michael Myers and the Halloween franchise in general. And dare I say, like, I'm pretty sure a lot of people can agree with me that the fact that this Halloween trilogy is probably like is definitely like gonna be like it's set the bar and has raised the bar in regards of like this franchise in general. So I hope they end it on a good note. I hope they end it on a high note so that it takes a while for them to ever dare say, okay, we're going to do another Michael Myers or another Halloween trilogy or something like that. I'll hope it like they like take a break and be like, okay, that was fucking awesome. Like that was a fun ride. And let's not try to, dilute what the fuck we just got over the last 4 years. And let's just let that simmer for a while because clearly like this trilogy has definitely been like one to rewatch over and over again, I would say.
Yeah, and they've done a really great job with it. And I do hope that, my hope and my idea, if you want to reboot it at the 50th anniversary, which is in 2028, that still gives you 6 years. I mean, that's still a decent amount of time. I hope they don't rush into another Myers project. I think if they want to do Season of the Witch, that's awesome. Go for it. And it not be connected and it's its own thing because it'll have a fan base. You know what I mean? I think that'd be great. I'm definitely supportive of them going for it. But yeah, I just hope we don't rush into anything. Jaded says JLC is supposed to be on the Tonight Show later this month. Maybe a trailer shown on there. Yeah, I would guess we would get a clip or we'll get something if she's going to be on the Tonight Show because I assume they'll talk about it. I mean, I would be shocked if they didn't talk about it. It's I think her biggest film coming out this fall. The Homoloya family, check out the Ends trailer too. Yeah, I forget the guy who makes them. I think this is what you're talking about. There's a guy who makes. He cuts trailers together on YouTube, and it actually uses the trailer from Jurassic World Dominion, or the music from Jurassic World Dominion. But it's sick. It's a really really cool trailer. It actually got me a little misty eyed the first time I saw it. I was like, wow, this is really really cool, and it's like it makes Halloween emotional. But it's awesome. So, Miguel, final thoughts before we wrap this one up.
There better not be a fucking copycat killer.
I hope you all are ready to hear that from him for the next 4 months. What? 4? September, October, 2, 3, whatever it is. It's not long. We're literally we're in double digits now. Like we're close. We're a lot closer than we think because August and September are gonna fly. So it's gonna be crazy, man. Thank you guys so much. If you're watching with us right now, be sure to click the like button. This is going to do it for us. Episode number 87 of Let's Talk Movies. We are very, very closely approaching our 100th episode, and we're really, really excited about that. Lots of really cool things coming up. Again, I mentioned it at the beginning. I'm going to start pushing this a little bit more. And teasing some things. Our very first Oktoberfest is happening the last week of September through the first week of November. All of the month of October, we are literally going to just be doing Halloween content. We're going to review Hocus Pocus 2. We have original videos and vlogs and things like that coming out. We'll be at Scarefest in Lexington. It's going to be a really, really awesome time. Just an entire month devoted to Halloween. It's going to be really cool, and we're really excited for that. We've got a new intro coming, hopefully by the my goal is the 1st of September to debut that new intro. I have the beginning of it done. Miguel saw it the other night, and it looks
baller.
Sick. Looks really sick. We will get back into a normal schedule. Again, these last few weeks have just been wild sauce, which is why we've had to reschedule so many shows. But we will start getting back into a little bit of a normal schedule. To everybody in the chat, thank you for hanging out with us. You guys keeping the chat going is so cool, and that's part of the reason we do this to build this community up. So thank you guys for hanging out with us. You can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at We Talk the Movies. The Twitter is one of the best places to get up-to-date current information. Oh man, I am burping this beer up constantly. I don't know why. The most current up-to-date information about shows if they should change. This week, we promise you, we are going to go see Nope, and we are also going to review Prey. So that'll be the episodes this week. It'll be cool. I'm not sure if we'll split them into 2 or if we'll just do them both in one episode. We tend to do that. So you guys are amazing. We love each and every one of you, and we'll be back soon with our 88th episode. Peace, guys. See ya.
See ya.